Good morning, Entertainment Daily lovers. Yes, we were live yesterday, and if you were with us, I, spoke to you people about how Stony had announced that she was coming back to do the continuation of the tell-all, how she met KORRA, how their relationship went south, and how KORRA ended up stealing her music, handle me. But that's not actually what we are seeing right now. Rather, what we're seeing is just the bashing, and this looks like a script written by Justin and Don. Okay, Justin influencing Don, Don influencing Stony, convincing Stony that this is the right thing they have to do, and Stony too running with the story. Okay, forgetting that it will backfire because you cannot come out and tell people that you want to talk about influencing Don. Let's check a sound. Don influencing Stony, so that you want to talk about influencing Don. Let's check a sound. Don influencing Stony, so that you want to talk about. Okay, so the sound is good because we're going to be listening to what Stony has to say. Okay, now we're going to get to that live stream and let's do that. Okay, moving on. Good morning. Good morning. If you are just joining, you are most definitely welcome. We're here to listen to the continuation. She tagged it part 2, but it's part 3 because this is the third video where she will be talking about KORRA, and she is not even talking. I listened to it a little bit as I was preparing kids for school this morning. I, just threw my headset on to listen if really this is the story that she wants to tell. Now, this is getting deeper and deeper because right now the battle is on. Right now and every second, a serious crime is being committed. Now, what I'm saying, this is what they say in Nollywood movies. In those days, before Nollywood was Nollywood, when the movie wants to start, that is what you will hear. So, yes, right now, the heat is on right now and every second. So, Stony came out. Instead of her to focus on the bone of contention, which is how KORRA stole her music, how KORRA betrayed she and Don, she spoke about how her father met KORRA. Her father had his reservation. Her father didn't. She didn't even want. She was insinuating a lot. She spoke about how KORRA and her brother had a banter, exchange of words. She spoke about how KORRA's kids, their mindset, how KORRA has taught them that light skin is better than dark skin. She talked about how unkept KORRA's home is. In fact, let me pull the video up and let's listen to it. Okay, let's get into this live video. Let me see.
But for those of you who are new here, my name is Stony. I am a singer-songwriter based in Los Angeles. And I had a very peculiar experience with a Nigerian influencer. Her name is KORRA. And I kind of...
Did you notice how she would not call her an artist anymore? Before, both of them were artists. All of a sudden, KORRA is now a Nigerian influencer. I'm telling you, when you listen to Stony, you know that this is a script by Justin. This is a script by Justin. Justin is one person that loves to drag a whole nation or a whole continent into his saga with him and KORRA. All of a sudden, she's a Nigerian. Did you introduce yourself as a Cape Verdean influencer or want to be influencer? No, you are an American. KORRA is a Nigerian, even though KORRA is an American citizen, and KORRA is also an artist like you. But no, you don't want to call her an artist because you think it's too much. You want to be shady. Shady people don't go far in life. You better distance yourself from Justin or you will fail woefully. But already this that you have done, prepare yourself for what is coming, because whatever you do, you don't involve people's children. Those children, whatever they discussed with you, was supposed to be private and personal between you and them. Okay, dragging them into this is the script written for you by their father, and people will bite you. There are people that will fight and they are ready to roll on the mud. And trust me, for you involving KORRA's children, people will drag you. Let's give 24 hours, but I'm telling you to be less than 24 hours. Everything you will need to know about Stony's family, people will dig it up. When you want to be messy, talking about people's family, how does KORRA's family and children have anything to do with music that you claim, you allege that she stole from you? You still have not told us how she stole the music from you, but you have the audacity to talk about how somebody's parenting their children when you've not even been pregnant before. All right, let's continue.
On like,
please like the live stream, give a thumbs up.
My manager spoke out about some of the things that we dealt with in dealing with her, and now, you know, present day, we are dealing with the aftermath of what we like to call her smear campaigns, because she has these like 7-month keyboard warriors, the Koreans. I don't know why y'all call yourselves that.
All the shading you're doing, it's a game that you will not win. There are people that are good. They've mastered the craft of being shady, and they can shade you from today to tomorrow. They can jab like very well. So you see all this jabbing that this lady is doing, Stony is doing, it will backfire. I just feel sorry for her, but the route she's taking, following all the nonsense that Justin wants you to say, thinking you're sounding slick, okay. Because if somebody stole your music, I expect you to be talking about how she stole your music. But instead, you brought in your family. And our family now go collect woto, you go see them. People will get that time.
Like, there are literally actually like a group of people called Koreans, and y'all keep forgetting that extra R, and so it's sounding like low-key like racist when y'all be like, yeah, Koreans do this, da da da. Like, y'all could have come up with a more interesting name. But anyway, no tea, no shade. I'm just being for real. Like, it'd be confused sometimes. People be like, yo, why do Koreans hate you? I'm like, they don't. I'm telling you, it's the Korean. Anyway. I'm getting off track. But today, I guess,
typical Justin move, where Justin did so much, it got to the point where Justin wanted to pitch the Black Americans against the Africans. And one thing now, this is the same thing Stony is doing. You know, trying to talk about how this sounds like it's Korea, the country, and not KORRA Obidi they're talking about. Take several seats. It will backfire. Don't worry.
To catch up to where we are today, my last live stream, I kind of talked about my backstory, my history with mental health awareness and with advocacy, and with, you know, the reasons why I want to speak out, which, just to make sure we're all clear and on the same page, I hope that this inspires other people who have gone through similar behaviors or who are being cyberbullied currently to speak out against what's going on, to not be afraid to share your story. It's not illegal. There's nothing wrong with it. You can talk about a bad experience with somebody and to warn other people about the types of experiences you might have in the entertainment industry. That is my right. So let's get into it, since y'all are popping in, okay? So where did we leave off last time? We left off before we started going to the house and essentially like just starting to get inklings of yellow flags from her behavior in person, some moments that made us a bit uncomfortable. And those moments start to like stack up, as you'll see as I get through the story. Like, these things that were just minor inconveniences and minorly uncomfortable, it felt like, started to become more apparent as we spent more time with this person. But before any of that transpired, we ended up having a conversation with her about the content making, like making videos and her coming over all the time. And she expressed, like, I remember she had a conversation with us about how she was like, oh, like, I have my kids this week, so I can't come over as often. And I get really frustrated as an artist because, like, balancing being a single mother and being an artist is really hard. And I feel like I don't get a chance to, like, fully go into my artistry when I have the kids. Like, I love when they go to their dad's house, because then I get to, like, go out with you guys more often. And so we offered, like, you know, if you're comfortable with it, we can start shooting some of the content, like, at your place. Like, that way we can, you know, watch the girls and still be present. We can help you out. Like, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you feel like you don't really have a village, a support system, like, we got you. Because at this point, like, we had become close enough to where she was thinking about it.
You notice how Stony is not telling the story because Stony wants you people to understand fully everything. Stony is telling the story to let you people know how of a horrible parent, mother KORRA is, how she feels like her children are a burden to her. Okay, KORRA is not the first person that have kids that also have to do work here and there. Okay, KORRA has money. Justin said it with his own mouth. Not that we're saying it because you people say, oh, you people defend KORRA for everything. Justin with his own mouth said KORRA has money. That's why he had issues when people raised $55,000 for KORRA. So KORRA cannot pay a nanny, find a proper, we're not talking about roadside, any kind of, we're talking about go to an agency, get someone. So if anything goes wrong, you hold that agency responsible. Get somebody to be with her kids when she will go to have these studio times and things like that, time to write, time for, you know, she cannot. So she gets frustrated that the children are getting in the way of her music. All right. Let's keep going.
Introducing us to the girls anyway. So she was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe you guys would offer that. Like, people don't normally offer that. And I'm like, yeah, well,
yeah,
like, they're part of you. Like, if you're our friend, if, you know, and at this point we were friends, even though we had those moments, we were still like, you know, this is just a personality. We're getting used to each other. We're friends. Like, if I'm your friend, I want to support you and I want you to feel like, you know, even in your personal life, like, this isn't just about the music anymore for us. It's like, no, I actually am starting to care about you as a human. So we go, yeah, let's go to the house. Let's meet the girls. And if you need help with anything, let us know. So she has the girls one week and we come over and we do this video. She's like, we have to do a video introducing you to the girls, introducing you to the house, everything. I was like, sure, okay, let's do it. So that's where you guys see that video of me meeting baby A. I'm gonna try not to use their names just because, like, I know they're public figures. Like, I know they're posted all over the place, but I just kind of want to be careful. Like, you know, I kind of don't want to use the names for referrals. So I'm just going to say baby A, who's the younger one, and baby J, who's the older one. And like, immediately, I just noticed like how beautiful and bright spirited these kids are and so intelligent for their age. And I'm just like, wow, like, you are an amazing mom. Like, you, like, they clearly are so respectful. Like, they seem so well behaved. They're so sweet. And the first time I meet her, I'm like, or the first time I meet the girls, I'm just like taken aback. I'm like, wow, like, you guys are just so cute. So like, instantly we start bonding. And that, I think that first day too was one of the days where she was just absolutely exhausted. And I could just see it in her face. And I was like, well, if you want, you can take a nap and I can just like hang out, watch TV with the girls. Like, please, like, do your thing, sleep, have a rest. Like, I want to relieve some of this like stress for you. And I don't think Dawn was there yet. But yeah, I just noticed that she was exhausted. So I'm like, take a nap. Like, I got you. You're good. And I noticed the house was kind of, you know, it needed some help. Which is normal when you have young kids. I didn't think of this as like a yellow flag or anything. I was just kind of like, oh, she's tired. Let me help her out. So I started cleaning up.
Again, another opportunity to put in how horrible KORRA is. How she can handle the kids, how she can handle anything. When you do something consistently over time, it just becomes normal. And that's what it is for a mother. Wake up in the morning, prepare the kids for school, do this, do that, get yourself to work or get yourself to whatever. Over time, you get used to it. Over the years, you get used to it. Her first is what, 6 years old? So there's a routine already. Coming out to talk about how her house looks so unkept and how this, hell, that. Kids will always play. If you like, arrange your house 20 times in a day, they will start playing and scattering it. And that's just normal.
I would do the dishes and like I cleaned the carpets and the girls are helping me and then we start coloring and da da da. So this kind of becomes like our thing. Like we'd come over. She would either be super tired and so she'd take a nap.
The live stream a thumbs up,
or we would be building things for the girls, like new bikes, new toys. And I remember being like, so where are these like, you know, toys coming from? Like, this is, you must be like really well off. Like, y'all be, you know, this is really cute. And she's like, no, I don't buy any of these things. These are all my fans' gifts. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, a lot of the fans are the ones that like furnish the house. Like, pretty much everything you see in here was bought by my fans. I'm like, wow, like that's a very dedicated fan base. That's kind of crazy. And she's like, yeah, for the girls' birthdays, for Christmas, like it's just so much easier because I don't really got to get them things. Like the people online be getting them things. I'm like, oh well, I get okay, cool. So we put together this like bike, or like 2 bikes or something, and like these racks. And we also noticed that there's just a bunch of boxes. So I remember we like broke down the boxes for her to like recycle them. And she's like, yeah, those are gifts too. Those are all like everything in here that you see is a gift. I'm like, okay, interesting, cool. And I started noticing like early on, like particularly with the older child, baby Jay, I just kind of can sense like, and this is just from my opinion, my perspective.
Now we're 16 minutes into like this. Okay, I'm using my own time looking at my screen also, you know, but this is like, okay, in her own video is 8 minutes 29 seconds into her 1 hour live stream where she's ranting. She's still talking about KORRA and KORRA's kids. She's not talking about the music, how they stole, how KORRA was a horrible friend yet. She spent more than 6 minutes analyzing KORRA and her daughters, talking about private conversations in the house. Oh, people gifting KORRA's kids, how the house is unkept, how KORRA treats her children. What does this have to do with the music KORRA allegedly stole from you? What does this have to do, KORRA and her children and their lifestyle and who gifts and who don't gift her and how she arranges or does not arrange her home? What does it have to do with the situation between you and Don? But of course, scripted by Justin, it has to be played accordingly.
I could just kind of sense that she was seemingly a lot harsher on her. And mind you, in the beginning, everybody on their best behavior, like we're you know, new to the house, so everybody's,
so KORRA is harsh on her eldest daughter.
But I just kind of noticed that like the only time
be
that
a mom really, before you start judging. Be a
like
parent
witnessed a
before
whole
you
lot of
start
affection
judging.
was when the cameras were on, like when we would go live. So like it would be, you know, I'm gonna take a nap, and you know, Auntie Stony's gonna clean the house, Auntie Stony's taking care of you, and then she would wake up from the nap and be like, okay, let's live stream. And we live stream, and it's all fun, and we're running around, and it's great. And then as soon as the cameras went off, it was just kind of like, I don't know. I just sensed that it was not, it was not as like peachy as I thought based on what I saw before I entered the house. And I remember this one particular instance that made me kind of uncomfortable, like from an outside perspective. And again, I don't have kids. Like I don't, you know, I would never preach to assume what's best for anybody's kids. That's why I'm trying to tread lightly right now, because I don't know the full details of the dynamic of the house at this point. I don't know, like, you know, there's a lot more going on than typically what we would know as the friends, because we don't live there. We don't see what happens behind closed doors. But I just kind of had a couple moments that like kind of flagged to me like, okay, this is at least worth raising an eyebrow over. And this one circumstance, baby Jay, the older one, was kind of like not listening because she wanted to do either a video. I think it was a video. She was like, baby J, baby A, like, come here, we have to make a video. And baby J was like, I don't want to be on camera. Like, I don't want to make another video. And she was like, get over here. Like, kind of really, you know. So baby J comes trotting along. She's like, baby A is all excited. Baby A's like, okay, let's do that. And she's like, well, so-and-so. And I remember it was a male name. We have to make a thank you video for so-and-so, like a singing thank you video for your gift that you just got. And I just remember having this like,
people have different way of bringing up their kids. Some people are very soft spoken and wanting, some people will shine their eye, you know. And I find it very weird that Stony is actually from Cape Verde and she sounds like she doesn't get it. This is just Justin talking. I mean, Dustin, whatever they want to call him, Dustin Powder, I don't know, talking through Stony.
Like this weird feeling in my stomach, this like, it wasn't enough to like raise alarm bells per se, but I just kind of felt uncomfortable. Like I kind of felt like bad for baby Jay. I was kind of like, this is you know, if a child is expressing they don't want to like be on camera all the time, or they don't feel like doing something like, you know, like that, like I feel like, in my personal opinion, you should respect that, especially, yeah, I don't know. I'm just, again, this is all just my opinion and just things that I flagged, but I kind of brushed under the rug because I'm like, no, like, stop. Like, the girl seems so adjusted. Like, don't judge. You don't know this. You've never had kids, and you've never lived a life online in which people actually have seen your kids come out of your womb, and like you just don't. You don't know what that's like. You don't know.
And now she also have to talk about the bet that KORRA had online. You don't know kids coming out of your womb online. How did she know all of this? And why is this relevant to the music deal that went south? Okay, let's keep listening.
Dynamic, so try not to super judge, but it just kind of made me uncomfortable, to say the least. Like the idea of like, you know, making your kids send thank you videos to strangers online for gifts that they're receiving, especially if any of them are from like male figures that they don't know. So it just made me a little uncomfortable. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say on that. In terms of that situation, and then yeah, just noticing that like between the two, like baby Jay was really physically affectionate with me, and it just felt like, man, I don't want to talk about this, okay? I'm sorry if I'm like jumbling my words and skipping around because this is very uncomfortable, and you know, I don't want to presume to know anything beyond, you know, what I witnessed, but it just seemed like baby J in particular was really craving feminine affection, and like would cling to me, and I would notice that like in moments, whether the cameras were on or off, like that would kind of cause some tension with their mom, and to the point where I would try to overcompensate and be like, you know, I'm just new. Like I was like this as a kid. Like whenever someone new comes over, especially if they're nice and they're sweet and it's an older woman, like you see them as like an auntie, like you just get really excited. Like they love you. Like don't, you know. But then I started like, again, over time as we're going over there, like I would witness certain things that the girls would say that kind of again pinged in my brain, and I would try to correct without overstepping. Like I remember there was one time I was talking to the girls, and the little one, baby A, asked me like, oh, like why do we have the same skin tone? Like why do we look so similar? Do you have a white dad? And I was like, oh no, I actually don't. I have two black parents, but my mom comes from an island. It's called Cape Verde. A lot of people look like my complexion from that island. There's a lot of different ways that you can get different skin tones when you're born. Like it's kind of like a mixing bag. Like you just babies pop out different colors, and it's, you know, but I don't have a white dad. And she goes, well, mommy says we're better because we're lighter. Like she said that, you know, that's why we have a white dad. Like it makes us better. Like we're prettier. And I was like, I know you don't really know what you're saying right now. You're a child. So I started to like try to have this conversation. Mind you, she's in like the living room and we're like in the kitchen. So she's hearing this conversation and she doesn't really intervene or say anything. But I tell baby A and baby J, like, just so you guys know, like there is something called colorism, and it's not nice. It's not true. Although you girls are very beautiful, I know we look similar, but we are not better than anybody based on how we look. Like that is just not true. If anything, how you look is like not the most important thing about you. Like you girls should be proud that you are so smart and that you're so talented and that you have so much energy. You're so bright. You're so kind. You're so respectful. You're so like I was giving them things to be more proud about and trying to kind of course correct that narrative because I'm like, did they hear this in school? Maybe like, and it's being reinforced. I don't know, but that kind of conversation made me uncomfortable, and I was like, okay, I think this is just a misunderstanding. Like, don't think too far into it. Let's move on. But then just
if you are a true friend and you were really trying to start a relationship with someone and you feel like this is the person's mindset, let's say this is what KORRA said to the children, that because they are light, which is a very stupid thing that anybody that have mixed race kid would should even think of. I can't even imagine that anybody that have mixed race kids would be having this type of silly conversation with the children, telling them that they're better because the other one parent is light skinned and all of that. But let's assume that what she's saying is the truth, and KORRA is having this type of conversations with the kids, right? And now the children mentioned it to you. Don't you think that after you spoke to the children, when you're alone with KORRA, you should have brought it up? Because according to you, KORRA was in the kitchen and KORRA didn't say anything, even though she could overhear the conversation going on between you and the daughters. You didn't think you should mention it to the person that made the statement, because according to you, you said the little one said, mommy said. So if it was KORRA that made that statement, don't you think that you should at least mention it to KORRA and said, did you say this to the girls? And then educate her if you think that, oh, she's making this statement because maybe she doesn't really get it. And there is no way KORRA is 31, 30, what, 33? Or 33, 34, I don't know, something around there. And KORRA does not know that this type of statement are not the type of statement you make to children. You can already see the type of picture that Stony is trying to paint, even before she gets to telling you people about the music that is the bone of contention, which is what she should have done from when she did the very first video. But she wants to give you the KORRA's life history. She's not even telling you about their friendship as much. Okay, but rather she's telling you everything about KORRA, everything KORRA said, everything KORRA's children said, everything that happened in KORRA's home, everything KORRA did wrong. She, in all of this, she's not balancing it by saying all the nice advice and things that KORRA must have told her to know. It's just the ones that are not good, the type of things that she will tell you that will make you look at KORRA as, what kind of evil woman is this? Those are the things that you'll be hearing from Stony. So just buckle up. If you're just coming in, you're welcome. We're listening to the part 3 of what Stony said went down between she and KORRA.
Certain other things, like I would notice that just kind of it's just the dynamic of like streaming the kids. Like I had a live stream or two with them, and I remember we made a couple of videos with them, and it was really cute and fun. But there was a part of me that was like, I hope that they really want to do this, and that this isn't like they don't think that I need that from them in order to hang out. Like if you guys want to do something with Auntie Stony, we can do that without being on live stream. And I just, yeah, that dynamic was very new to me. But yeah, no, I'm not throwing any accusations. I'm just pointing out things that I thought were red flags in the early stages that later on made me even more concerned. But again, at this point, it was just kind of chalked up to mind your business. You don't fully know. You don't know what this person has been through. You don't know what these kids have been through. Like, you know, if you're going to come over and be auntie, come over and be auntie and then leave. Like, again, they age kids, right? So that's in the back of my head, okay? And I'm just going to leave that at that for now until we get further down the line for some of the other things that were happening. So where was I? Okay, let me look at my little notes. So yeah. The live stream situation. Because I know y'all have been asking about this, I'm going to skip ahead to the situation where me and KORRA go live from Dawn's house, and she gets very visibly upset at the notion of people sending me stars. So I'm like, at this point, very new to the Facebook live stream thing.
How does this even make any sense? Somebody says, oh, I'm going to help you set up your Facebook so you can start making money. You just came out of college, you need the money and things like that. And then after she helps you to set up the page, now you're beginning to receive stars. The person is now jealous of you. So if you make more stars in one day compared to KORRA, that means what's going to happen? KORRA goes live several times in a day, right? And she goes live almost every day of the week. So if you make more stars on Monday, does that mean KORRA will not beat that amount on Tuesday or on Wednesday or on Thursday? It just doesn't make any form of sense. It's almost like you were reading meaning into everything. Okay, why didn't you end the friendship when you saw that she was jealous because of ordinary stars that people were sending you? Such in a normal day, You don't want to be close to people that are jealous. So if you notice that you're just starting, this is just a friendship that is even starting. People are ending friendships of 20 years, 30 years and more just because they notice that almost it be like say this person they jealous me. You understand? Because jealousy can lead to so many other things, and you don't want to be friends with people that are jealous of you. You want to keep your distance. Dine if you have to dine with them. In this case, you people have to do music. So let everything be professional. Meet at the studio, do your thing, and everybody go their way. You want to stream in your home. She wants to stream, let her stream in her home. And that's just it. So I find it very weird, this star narrative that she's giving.
Yeah, I didn't even know what stars were before we met, so I got to give it up to her to thank her for that. And gotta say, like, there are things that, you know, we both gained from the friendship. I don't want to seem like I'm ungrateful for those things, especially at the time. Like, I was very verbally grateful. I told her all the time how much I appreciated her for helping me set up my Facebook, and meeting a lot of you guys was through her, so I'll never take that away from her. Give thanks where it's due, even when the relationship goes sour. Like, even if the other person wasn't very grateful for what you did for them, I can still have gratitude in my heart. So I'll just say that. But one of the things that started to get like really weird was like the idea of people sending me stars at the same time as sending her stars, which for those of you who don't know, stars are like money. It's like people sending you little gifts. So that particular live stream, like it had kind of been building up this like online tension of people pointing out moments where it seemed like KORRA was like jealous or upset, whether it was because of like me singing and people giving me compliments on my singing, or if it was some people that didn't support her but maybe supported me and what I stand for and liked my personality. So we had like various conversations before this moment about what I should do about that. Like people that leave like positive comments that may be just leaving them to kind of like poke fun at her. And she was like, oh, well, like it's fine. Like that's just the internet. That's just life. Like not everybody that likes you is going to like me and vice versa. We have to be adults. Like we have to be mature about it. You know, because at the end of the day, I want you to make your money. I want you to be good. So I take that at face value and I'm like, okay, cool. So if people aren't saying negative, hateful comments, I don't have to block them. And she's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So this particular live stream, even though she was like, I want to see you make your money and da-da-da, this millionaire that lives in a mansion is like, yeah, make your money. But the second that a particular fan leaves her live stream to come give me stars, it was like, all hell broke loose. And mind you, I'm not streaming on 5 phones. Like, it's just me and like what I'm doing right now. This is my little setup. I'm not used to streaming on YouTube, TikTok, whatever. She got all her phones and she, you know, likes to push me out of frame and all these things. I'm like, okay, do your thing. I'll just be on my little side. She comes in and sees that someone, and I can't remember her username, but it was a fan of hers that typically sends her a lot of money, had left her stream after, again, sending her money first in her stream, came into mine, was like, here you go, Stony, and like sent some stars. She saw that and then looked at my amount of stars and saw that I had made more than her on Facebook, not on all the other platforms, just Facebook, and was like just visibly like angry. And I could feel the energy, but y'all are watching us. So I'm trying to keep it, I'm trying to play it cool. Like I'm trying to not like, you know, like out my girl at the time. So I'm like, okay, she's upset about the star thing. Like I'm gonna wait till we get off live and like talk to her about it, because I feel like she's just in her head right now. She gets up and leaves and literally like walks over to a different part of the apartment with her phones. Doesn't say anything. Isn't like, hey, I'm gonna head over there. She literally just gets up and walks away and like has this sour look on her face. I'm like, okay, like, girl, you gotta play it off better than that. Like people are gonna say shit, and like I can't keep defending these like jealousy accusations when you are literally like you can't hold your emotions together when it comes to me for some reason. Like, so we in the live stream, whatever. I tried to play it off, but y'all are smart. Y'all picked up on it. I go over to her and I'm like, hey, can we talk? And she's like, yeah, we can talk. Like just very, you know, stiff. And I'm like, I noticed that, you know, you seem to be very uncomfortable with like the stars thing. And I've kind of been noticing like sometimes these comments really get to you when people are complimenting me on my singing. Like, do you not want to go live with me anymore? Because that was never like a requirement for us to stay friends or for us to like at this point, like, I'm here for you. We both have a common goal. Like, let's make it in music, right? I don't need to be on your page as often. Like, if it's going to keep leading to these moments between us, I do not care enough to have to deal with this aftermath in our relationship over $5 more on a live stream. Like, it's really not that deep. Plus, like, you told me that you wanted me to make money. You told me that you understood where I was, how I'm just out of college, how I'm, whereas you have, your house is getting paid for by your fans and you don't got to buy gifts for nobody because they sending you shit all the time. Like, I'm thinking $5 is not going to be much to you. So, like, what's the real problem here? What's the real issue? And she goes, well, like, you can't expect me to not feel like you're taking money from me when my top star sender leaves my live stream and comes to your live just to give you money. And I'm like, well, if you feel that way, then maybe we shouldn't go live together. Like, again, I don't care that much. And it was only like $5. What? Like, it really, y'all, like, I don't know if Facebook still has it up. If y'all have the live up, you can watch that shit. I did not, like, you acting like I ran out with like a $2,000 bag. Like, just, like, no, girl, it was not that deep. It was $5 more, and you made more money the whole stream off your $5. Anyway, I digress. This situation pissed me off back then too, but I just kind of like, I was like, look, girl, clearly she's dealing with these emotions, and then obviously I had already been to the house with the kids, and people were saying things about how I look like your kids, and like how they really like being with me, and all this. Like, I knew that there was a lot going on up here for her. Like, I knew that, like, maybe the comments were getting to her, maybe just the insecurity. Like, I understand what it's like to be insecure. Like, I understand that feeling, and it's a really ugly feeling. And if anything, like, I commended her for at least, like, removing herself to feel those feelings and not just stay next to me and be fuming. So I gave her that. I was like, well, thank you for, like, moving. I know it looked crazy. Like, people are going to talk about it, but.
Sorry, you have to hear about. I'm just trying to not interrupt too much, okay? But I have to do this because I had to make the videos different. Stony also have a YouTube channel. I know she'll be dropping all of this on her YouTube, so we have to make it a bit different. So she has to talk about this star. So KORRA got so mad because of one star sender leaving KORRA's live stream to go to Stony. Meanwhile, on the video that KORRA shared, you could hear KORRA praising Stony and Dawn, telling people to go and subscribe. So if somebody is so upset that their gifter left their live stream, why are they even giving you shout out, telling people to come and subscribe to you? When people subscribe to you, are they not going to be the views they're going to give you? Is that not going to make you money on YouTube? And when they finish subscribing to you, even YouTube too, here on YouTube too, they call it super thanks and super chat. On Facebook, they call it stars. People can gift you stars. On YouTube, you can gift somebody super thanks and super chat. So she told people to go and subscribe to Stony's channel, not knowing that they're going to gift her. The story just, this story is weird.
Hey, like, feel your feelings. And she goes, yeah, well, I'm not mad at you. It's not your fault. Like, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm just frustrated.
Yes, the fault of the
and I'm
gifter.
human.
Tell me about it.
And I like to feel all of my emotions.
The gifter
like,
can gift
if I'm feeling something, I don't want to hide it. It just shows on my face. And, like, that's part of why people love me, is because I always show how I'm feeling in real time. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but
Stone.
What's the solution? Like, do we stop going live together? She's like, no, we can go live together. Like, I'll get over it. Like, it's, again, I want you to make your money. Like, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, cool.
How is she supposed to make the money if you're
going
from
that? And I
Stony,
talked to Don again, and I'm like, hey, I feel like this is going to lead to another issue down the line, because, like, at this point, people are constantly bringing up this energy that they're seeing from her towards me, and I can't keep ignoring it if she keeps acting like this. And he's like, well, listen, you did your best. Like, essentially, he just told me to get over it. He was like, she's a grown-ass woman. She gonna get over it. She gonna forget about it. It's whatever. But she never did forget about it. She always kept, like, watching my live streams to see how much money I was making in comparison to her. So I just kind of tried to, like, lower my voice whenever I was saying thank you to people. I would be like, oh, thank you guys. Like, I would try to be very, like, reserved because I didn't want to piss her off. And yeah, so that was another, like, yellow flag of, like, I don't know, it's gonna last very long, but give her grace. We're all human. And then comes the conversation with Handle Me, at least the beginning conversations of Handle Me. So Handle Me is a song that I wrote with Don and another producer, or they were working on the beat and I wrote to it, and it was a different beat. We ended up adjusting it, but we worked on that song like months before we ever met her. And I remember like we were talking about my album and the songs we're going to put on the album. And she's like, oh, well, we should do a song together. I'm like, oh, absolutely. Like, I'm so down. The idea of us doing a song together was not my idea. But just put that out there right now. Don will attest to this. It was not my idea to do a song with her. Of course, it came to mind, but I wasn't going to bring it up because, like I said, that wasn't the stipulations of the friendship. So I was like, if she wants to make music with me, she'll ask me. Like, I don't need to, like, beg her to make music with me because again, we make different styles of music. But she was like, let's do a song together. I'm like, okay, cool. I have this more like, I'm a piano leaning record called Handle Me, and I feel like you might like it. She's like, oh, well, let me hear it. So I play it for her, send it to her, and I think she sends the song to a producer friend of hers or someone. She said she sent it to somebody and that they really loved the song. And so she was like, okay, well, let's do it. I want to do it. So she comes over and we take out the second verse and we start working on it. And she's coming up with the writing for it. And I'm like, this is great. Like, this is a vibe. I love what you're bringing to the record. I actually really liked the original version of the song. I thought she did a good job. So I know some people are obviously hurt by the situation. I know I'm hurt by the situation. But what I'm not going to do is say that she didn't do a good job, because she did. She, made it her own in a way. Like, that second verse was definitely like her influence, her style. And I thought it sounded good. So I was like, good job. Like, this is great. Cool. Love the song. Gang, gang, da, da, da. And before we start talking about splits, because the song's not like mixed or anything yet, it was just, okay, I love how this sounds. We're definitely going to release this. And she goes, well, I want to release this on my album as well. And I'm like, okay, we can make that happen. Like, that happens all the time. Like, you can have a song that's on two different artists' albums. That's cool. So yeah, that was the beginning conversation of that. And at this point, I'm happy with how the song sounds. I'm happy with her contribution to it. And I'm grateful that we're doing it together. I think it's going to be great. And she's like, well, for the marketing of it, we should like make some sexy videos. It'll be great. Cool. I'm like, cool, great. Da, da, da. So we start to plan a video shoot for Handle Me. But at the time, she was releasing a song and it was Lava. And we were like, okay, how about we just combine the shoot days? Like, why don't we shoot a video for you for Lava? And we can do it by the pool, because like hearing the song, I'm like, the song sounds great. I think that song is fire, by the way. So like I said, I always give credit where it's due. I'm not a hater to where I'm going to be just.
Oh, welcome, Queen. Welcome. I said I wasn't looking at my screen. I just thought to look at the screen because I don't want to press too much. It's 1 hour long. So I was not looking at my screen. I was just making sure the sound and everything is good. And then welcome. Let me put in the comments on the screen. Welcome, Queen. I said, thank God you came early today. Yo, immediately I just prepared the kids for school. I hopped on in because I said, let me do this. First Stony will drop something else and it is going down. People will start reacting. So there will be a lot to cover. So I said, let me start early to cover the stories. That's what I'm going to be doing if I'm not stepping out or something. Because if I'm stepping out, then I have to film other content for my fitness page and things like that. But if I have this 1-2 hours in the morning after sending the kids to school, of course I'll be hopping in here for 1-2 hour gist before gist the body, the sweet. So what manner of childish nonsense was I hearing from this tone yesterday? Oh my, me, I didn't even wait. I went to sleep. I'm telling you, I didn't wait. I went to sleep. So look, the main issue is that the new KORRA had talent and they wanted to manage her and convince her she was an African bushwoman. Stony also not from Africa. Stony too is from Cape Verde. Now. I don't know where her father is from, but we'll find that out very soon. Now that she has brought in KORRA's children, we will find out where Stony's father is from too very soon. But her mom is from Cape Verde, so if they look KORRA as bush too, then Stony too na bush na happy. That's why you see them always saying, oh, we tried to help her. She was not getting a Grammy without us. We had to. Yeah, they think they are more American than her. That's the delusional mindset of those two, including Justin. that if you check his lineage, his forefathers are from somewhere that they can ship him off to too. I say it as Stony is insecure in her mind, body, and soul. So Korra's personality is the threat. Now she go here we. Now that she involved the children, oh man.
You know, oh, she can't, this is terrible. Like, no, like, I thought the song was cool. I was moving my hips to it. So I'm like, let's go by the pool, be in the sun, be in a cute bathing suit, you know, and get you looking like a goddess, like an African goddess that you are. Like, make you feel good about it. And we, you know, I'll edit it for you. And she's showing me the dances she's going to do. And Dawn's like, we should make it a mic video, like a straight mic video, because those tend to do really well, especially here in the States. Like, we love a mic video. Like, a lot of artists, rappers, they like pop off because these videos where you put a mic outside and it's not connected to anything, like obviously you're not actually performing in the mic, but it just, the aesthetic is cool. And he's like, we need to start adding more aesthetics of you looking like a singer dancer and not just a dancer. So let's put the mic there. And that way, again, content strategy, we're signaling to your audience, signaling to your fan base that you want to be taken more serious as a singer as well. So,
so nobody takes her serious as a singer.
Like,
only you a dog, but nobody knows. Wahala. Wahala.
I don't know how people do this all day, every day. This is stressful. I'm like, I was nervous. Man.
A shade coming from Stony is shocking. You as an artist shading another artist.
10,000 miles an hour. Relax.
It's weird.
So we shoot the lava video at the same time that we shoot the visuals for Handle Me. And I think they look great. We both look really cute in our bathing suits. It's giving girl power. It's giving Black excellence. We were spraying like oil on each other, which was wild because like Don didn't have body oil, so he was literally spraying like cooking oil on us in that video. Fun fact. So we're just like slippery and gross, but I'm like, girl, you look like a bad bitch though, so kill it. So we take a bunch of different angles of her. I get back to the house. I spend days editing, like 2 days editing the video, getting her approval, and she's like, no, I want the font like this. I'm like, okay, cool. And I change the font. Okay, I want the lyrics to say this. I'm like, okay, cool, change that. So like, I'm working with her to make sure she's happy with the product because I want her to feel good about it. She uploads the video and it does very well. It starts to trend the song and we're like, no, it worked. John's idea worked with the mic, like, and everybody's talking about this song, and you look so great. The song is like trending, and I think like some like an African shade room, some like blog, like some page that she was super excited about reposted her, and she brought it to us. And we're like, oh my god, this is great. She's like, Stony, I need you to like do all of my videos. Like we need to do so many more contents like this. Like,
very
this
nonsense
really well. So everybody's happy, everybody's lit.
Very nonsense.
And we're like, okay, well, we definitely got to celebrate the release of Lava, and we definitely got.
Both of you are artists, and you think it's right to come and talk about it instead of focusing on how she stole your music, providing receipts, proof of chat where Korra was being manipulative and everything. She chose to go talk about her children. It's very horrible. It's so unprofessional. And you can clearly tell that this is just Justin and Dawn pushing Stony to do this nonsense. And I don't know where Stony's family members are. I don't know if they're not watching these videos, if they're not seeing this nonsense she's displaying. When people will start dragging them, they will now come out and cry that they're the victim.
But like, do like our own little party. So that's where the idea for like the lava party came about. The party that she did celebrating Baby J and her report card or something, and then she mixed it in with her lava party. So that's where the conception of the lava party came to be, was because we were all so excited about the song doing well for her. So that's how that video came to be. That's not a negative story. I was actually very proud of myself. I was proud of making her proud. I've done this type of work with other artists, with other content creators before. Like that's kind of like a side hustle that I have out here as well as my editing. So it always feels good. Like I don't like editing, but it does feel good when people resonate with anything you make. And by the way, thank you guys for sending the stars. I'm trying to stay focused, so I don't mean to ignore you. So thank you. But yeah, so I'm just proud of myself and I'm proud of her. And I'm like, look at us, like as a team, having these wins together, and like these high moments that I'm talking about with you guys, I'm trying to like interweave them with the other feelings that I was having, because that was like this roller coaster I was on throughout the friendship. It was these really high highs of feeling like, wow, this person really cares about me, and like we're winning in friendship and all these things, and then these like dips where I'm like, why do I feel uncomfortable? Like, why do I feel unsettled around this person? Like this, like ignore those feelings. Like, just remember the high highs. Like, remember the good moments, and just realize that, you know, this is probably one of the most misunderstood people like online right now. You know what I mean? She's so just, you know, put those thoughts aside. So what happens next? Let me look back at my notes. So lava video. Okay, around this time is when she has that like baptism video idea that I talked about in my first live stream. I'm not going to get into that again, but just know that's around the time where she starts to try to encourage me to be even more open, and like more, I guess I'll just say, expressive online. And I think part of it was like the success of the lava video, plus whatever other intentions she had that I don't think were all pure and good, in my opinion. But yeah, so that, and then she talks to my brother, Xavier. So a lot of y'all, at least that have been like with me from my Stony page, know that I'm very close to my brothers. I'm very close to my dad, and they are all very good people. Like, I would say the men in my life are such examples of what it means to be a great man, and that's part of why I'm not like desperate for male attention or for male approval. It's like I already have that, like with my brothers and with my father. Like, we're all so close. And Xavier, I talk to probably more than anyone in my family. Like, he's 3 years older than me, and like we watch anime together. Like, we talk on FaceTime like almost every single day. So he's obviously heard of KORRA. He had been seeing the videos with us, and he was like, "Who is this girl that you're posting with?" And I'm like, "Oh, she's an influencer, and we're becoming friends, and like, don't judge her, because I know you're judgy, and like, you know." And he's like, "No." Oh, there's like a little bug in here. Sorry, I hate bugs. I'm like, "Oh my god, Stony's a bug killer." Okay, I killed it. It's like a little gnat beetle thing. So yeah, so he's asking me about her, and I kind of preface with like, yeah, she presents herself a certain way, but like, don't judge her. Don't be one of those men that judges women for what they wear. Like, just take her at face value because I like her as a person. He's like, okay, cool, whatever. I won't judge her. They hop on a phone call in the car, and Dawn is driving, and I'm like, well, meet her. Like, come say hi. And she's like, hi, Xavier. And he's like, hi, nice to meet you.
When you talk too much and you feel like you want to throw somebody else under the bus, you end up throwing yourself under the bus. Your brother saw you posting with a new lady, so that's some new person in your life, coming into your life, and your sister being an artist. If you work in the entertainment industry, you will most definitely collaborate with other people. You will always work. So your family should be used to you seeing, meeting other people and working with other people, you being an artist. But the fact that you had to, quickly tell your brother that, oh, don't judge her because of how she's, I know she's kind of, and all of that is about her dressing, nothing else, right? You're always judgy. So you've already informed everybody now that your brother is someone that is very judgmental of people. Okay, if the first thing you see somebody, you're scrutinizing and trying to look for what you're going to use to judge somebody, means you too, you're all no good. You understand? So you are bringing out the legs of your family members. When people will start pulling it, don't cry, because there are people that will go there. I'm telling you, we've seen it happen over and over and over. When Justin's mom wanted to say, well, when you bring your family into this, and Justin will say, and my mother said this, and this will happen, and that won't happen. When people focused on Justin's family, nobody told him to stop mentioning his family when he was doing his videos. Now you have started mentioning your family, your father, your brother, your mother, your everything. When you go red, you go collect. That's just the truth. um I said what Stony is trying to do is make her family and fans turn against her, which will not happen. The next, I say it's Stony is projecting. All she's saying is about her own insecurities. the fact that she involved her father and her brother just like that, I don't get it.
And very quickly, the conversation evolves and it becomes a fight. It's really awkward. And I don't remember the exact details of like where the conversation shifted. But it was at the same time that she was trying to convince me to do her baptism video idea and labeling it that and putting it on her page. So she tells Xavier, like, by the way, like, I'm going to bring your sister out of her shell and I don't need you to get in the way. Like, you can't try to control her and judge her and make her feel ashamed of herself or her body. Like, when you see that she's becoming this beautiful, like, open woman, like, you can't be one of the reasons why she's uncomfortable doing, different videos. And Xavier's like, well, you don't know my sister the way I know my sister. And she's like, oh, I definitely know her. Like, I know her a lot. And I'm sitting there like, whoa, are we fighting? Like, what are we talking about? What are we fighting over? Like, how do I cut this off? This is clearly diverging. And she's like, look, my dad and my brother or cousin, I don't know. She was just saying the men in her life were judgmental of her and her appearance. And she was essentially saying to me, like, while he's on the phone, don't listen to your brother. Don't listen to your dad. Like, they're going to try to stop you from your destiny. They're going to try to get in the way. And it's just because they're men and they don't get it. And they don't want to see you becoming a grown woman. And you just have to realize that, like, it's your life to live. And again, at face value, this is great advice in terms of, like, living the life you want to live, not letting your family change who you are. But like I said before, hindsight's 2020, because when I came out of the relationship and I started adding up all these instances together, I was kind of like, oh, I think this is the stage in which she's trying to distance me from the people in my life that give me good advice and that, like, question me, keep me humble, keep me grounded. Like, this seems kind of like a purposeful thing. Like, oh, I think the reason Stony doesn't want to do the baptism video is because she's worried about what her parents and what her brother's going to think. Because my brother's very openly Christian, by the way. Like, he wears a cross and he's very devout in his faith. So she's like, I think that's why. I think it's, in my opinion, that's what I'm assuming. I could be wrong. But I just, in terms of the patterns of these types of relationships with these types of individuals, like, it's kind of making more sense that I'm a lot easier to manipulate if I am not listening to the male family members that know me that would say,
I don't even think that the problem is that KORRA has trust in. I think the problem is that KORRA keeps underestimating what Justin is capable of. That is what this is. Because if some of these statements that Stony is claiming did happen, KORRA had no business going so close with this set of people. When Justin made those threats, and both of you live in the same city, know that it is very easy for Justin to know the people you're working with, the people that are around you, and know that Justin will most definitely try to influence those people. So at least keeping the work professional would have actually saved KORRA a lot of hot mess that is happening now. Go to the studio, you people work when you have to work. If you have to help Stony on something, you do that, you go home. If Stony has to help you on something, she does that, she goes home. No over chatty giddy gaddy and all of that, because as far as Justin and KORRA is in the same city, Justin will try to influence everything that KORRA is doing negatively. That's what Justin is going to do. And KORRA thinks that Justin, because he's not talking much online, he's not working underneath. When somebody promises you that they will bring you down, take it serious. They are most definitely doing that smear campaign, and it doesn't stop. They don't take a break. People like JD never takes a break.
Hey, this isn't you, or hey, be careful. I have this feeling about this girl. I've been watching your lives with this girl. I don't think she has the purest of intentions. I don't think she's your actual friend. But again, I stand up for her and I'm like, look, you're right. Like, you're right, KORRA. Everybody hates you and everybody's just jealous and everybody judges you. And, like, even my family's judging you now. Like, it must be really hard to be you. Like, I need to defend you, because at the end of the day, I want to defend and support Black women. I want to uplift and support Black women. So, ignore my brother. I'll talk to him. I'm sorry that he triggered you. And she's like, yeah, it just reminded me of my family and how they would judge me and how they would treat me like I'm some word that I'm not going to say on the live stream. And I don't want that to stop you from being your best self. And I'm like, okay, well, thanks for the advice. Let's just not talk to my brother anymore. So after that moment, my brother kind of was like, look, you're a grown woman, be friends with who you want to be friends with, but that fight should have never happened. And that's a red flag to me as your brother. Anyone trying to claim that they know you better than your own family and that you can't listen to your family probably doesn't have the best intentions for you, especially because she knows how close you are with all of us. And I'm like, well, she's probably just misunderstood, Xavier. Leave it alone. So we leave it alone. He's like, okay, fine. We move on. And pretty soon after that, my dad comes in town. And it's funny because like you have this falling out with my brother, and now Papa Stony gets to meet you and witness you in person. So before my dad gets here, I've been kind of prepping him because, you know, he's pretty much the type of person that says live and let live in terms of like how people express themselves. He's very understanding. But he has his own thoughts and opinions on how he believes women should present themselves. And I don't always agree with my dad. I don't always agree with, my family. I kind of, again, I'm in the music space and I respect the expression. And like, if you're young and hot or if you're old and hot, or if you're old and not hot, like you have a right to wear what you want to wear, express yourself. But I had to kind of warn my dad before he came, like, hey, don't judge her. Like, and he was like, I wasn't going to judge her. Like, I'm just coming in town to meet your friend. I'm coming in town. Well, he wasn't coming to meet her. He was coming for me. But like, he's like, I'm going to meet your friend. So this will be cool. And, she seems like a big ball of energy. So, and I kind of didn't tell it.
I find it very weird that your father or your family member will be meeting your friend or an acquaintance, or I don't even know what to call this their relationship. Suppose it should have just been a professional one, but whatever she's calling her, they were friends. Okay, so let's just use that word, but they were never friends. Okay, why are you prepping your family members to meet somebody? Why don't you leave them to just experience the person? Let it be. I don't understand. You're bringing your friends home. I don't understand why you're prepping this thing. Your father. So that's you already putting ideas into the head of your family members. So this person already have a kind of conception about this person that they've not already met. So why were you preparing your father to meet KORRA? All the dancing and all her video they've seen online, they've already seen how she dresses. So if they come to her house and see her wearing pants, they will know that that's what she does. You've seen videos of her father, even in front of her own father, she never covers up. She wears what she's wearing. That's her. So if she would not cover up in front of her own father, you brought your father there, knowing fully well that KORRA dresses the way KORRA dresses. Person send you work, you know they know where you go carry your papa go. Now, wow.
About anything besides, I told him about like the live stream thing, and I told him about like my inklings about her, but I didn't really express some of the other things because I was kind of like, I don't want my family to not like her. I didn't want like Xavier to argue with her. I didn't want that. So I just kind of kept a lot of things to myself and just would vent to Don if anybody. But yeah, so he comes in town and they meet, and he treats her like a daughter, and he's very much loving and giving good advice. And we end up talking about the family thing of like being judged by your family. And they have this super long, like emotional conversation in the living room. And then we go live and I sing Hallelujah. That's like one of my favorite songs, or not Hallelujah, sorry. I also like to sing Hallelujah, but the Elvis Presley song, the I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. I love singing that song. And I sang that on live stream. My dad was there, and we had this whole emotional moment because he starts crying, and like my dad cries a lot when I sing for him, so he had to like get up and leave because he was embarrassed. And then KORRA starts like tearing up a little bit, it seemed, and I look at her, and she's kind of like looking at us, and I'm like, man, like, is this what you mean? Like, you wish your family was this emotional towards your music? Like, that's how I'm taking it at the time. I'm like, I see why this must have been hard for you if you feel like your family doesn't support you as much as like you're seeing my family support me. Like that could be another sore subject. But after that live happens, like my dad's in town, and I just kind of noticed that like when he was here, like she didn't necessarily hold back in terms of how she dressed, which, like I said, I don't judge people for how they dress, but you would think around your friend's father, you might not want to have your cakes out completely. Like, I don't know, like, just like as a respect thing. And people online were talking about that too, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm being judgmental. Like, stop it, Stony. You're being judgmental. Like, whatever. Let her do her thing. But then later on, and he didn't tell me until like a couple days later, because Dawn had expressed that she had been doing some things that were a little inappropriate with him. Like in terms of the way she would bend over when I wasn't around and try to rub up on him when I wasn't around. And apparently a similar situation happened in the kitchen with my dad that made him uncomfortable. And I'm not going to speak to the specifics of that because I didn't see it. But Papa Stony was like, I don't want to get in the way of your, like, this is your life, but I just, I'm just warning you, like, a friend that would behave that way in front of your dad, I don't know, like, that's a little odd. Just be warned. And I was like, okay. I don't know if my dad's gonna, like, talk about that exact experience. He's like, I kind of told my family to stay out of it, essentially, just because it's getting so messy, and I know that the witch coven is on the hunt. So I'm like, look, I can take it. Like, you.
I don't know, like, what is wrong with Stony? So KORRA told you she's going to take you and KORRA the Undertaker. Yeah, everything we're gonna hear is about KORRA sexuality. So KORRA just throws herself on anybody she sees, even though she's a single lady. She can actually, get it down every day if she wants. She just chooses to go and rub up on Dawn. And now your father came for just that 1-2 days or 5 minutes, and then KORRA was already bending over and also rubbing on your father. Let your father come and talk, oh. Okay, let your father come and talk. Stony, you will be the one to cause problem in your father and your mother's marriage. You're talking about now your mother will now hear and know that your father was your father was in a place where a lady was dressing skimpy and bending over and all of that. Okay, continue to create problem for yourself, thinking that you're creating problem for KORRA. Now we know. So KORRA was bending over when your father was there in the house. Okay. Continue.
Yeah, I don't need to. So I'm not going to go into details of that because I wasn't there. But just know that Papa Stony was uncomfortable, and he peeped it too. He clocked the behavior, and he was like, "This is strange behavior." So again, my dad's still in town. That moment happens in the kitchen with him. Whatever had happened that made him uncomfortable, we end up going to karaoke like a day or so later, and we meet up with our friend Burke, and Black Power Rangers there. Walt was there. It was fun, and we're sitting.
Remember, now she brought this up, so it's safe for us to ask. You're only telling us how you said what KORRA did that made your father uncomfortable. Are you sure your father didn't respond if you were not there and nobody was there? It was just the both of them. Tell us how your father responded on the rubbing up and all of that. No call you call the lie. Which kind talk with
there, and she kind of is like a little distant, and we're like, like, I wonder if there's something wrong. And she's like, well, she ends up talking to Don because he just clocked that she was kind of not really fully involved in the conversation. He's like, hey, what's going on with you? And she's kind of like, well, like, this is fun and all, but like, I kind of want to be around people that have like more going on. And he's like, you don't know who this guy is, but he's a big actor, and like, he's a friend of ours. Like, why do you feel the need to, like, why are you judging people based on like how you first perceive them? Like, you don't know. In LA, anybody can be anybody. Like, why are you acting like the only time you're going to be bright and bubbly and friendly is if you think somebody's got money or somebody's famous enough to meet your caliber? Like, that's not how we roll. If that's the case, we don't got to go out as friends, but like, just know that's kind of fucked up. Like, that's not a way to talk about people or a way to, like, behave around people. She's like, that's not what I meant, like, whatever. So she comes and sits back down with Dawn. Again, he doesn't tell me this till after. She sits back down, and I have someone come up to the table, and they come up to me, and she had been there at the event. It's just this beautiful spirit. She comes in and she's like, oh my God, Stony, it's you. Like, it's so nice to meet you. I loved when you were singing. I feel like I feel so much soul and so much love in your voice. Like, there's a video. I'm pretty sure it's still up. Like, I took down a lot of videos because I was just like, again, trying to cleanse. But I think that video is still up. But it was a very tender moment. I'd never had something like that happen before. And obviously my dad is like, whoa, like, you got a little, is this a Stony? Like, this is crazy. Like, I get to be here for this moment. So he takes out his phone and he records the interaction. I post it. And then I start seeing comments on my page being like, oh my God, look at KORRA's face in the background when that girl says Stony's pretty. And I'm like, what? I wasn't even noticing the background. I'm focused on me talking to this girl. I go back and watch the video and I'm like, am I looking into this wrong, or are you kind of being a hater right now? Like, what is this energy? Like, people, she's had people come up to her before. Like, I remember this one Nigerian lady came up to us while we were at, like, the Sirius XM thing. It was like, oh my God, I'm a fan of yours. And I take videos, pictures for her. I'm happy for her. I'm excited. But now, like, you witness someone giving me my praises and you side-eye me so hard that, like, even people on the internet are clocking it. Like, girl, like, this, it felt like the stars shit all over again. I'm like, why are you so pressed when I'm doing well? Like, I thought we were cool. Like, what is this energy? I don't like this. This is giving jealous. And you have no reason to be jealous. Like, I've been doing nothing but helping you and supporting you. And I'm giving you vocal exercises that I do, and I'm speaking life into you, and I'm telling you you're beautiful and that you're talented and we're going to make it together. And now at every turn, I'm constantly having to defend your behavior to people that love me and are saying, why are you being a pushover? Why are you letting her treat you this way? Don't you notice how she looks at you when you're not looking? Like, even the camera's noticing it. And I'm just like, okay, let's just say that she's feeling a type of way because of what people are saying online, or for whatever reason, whether it's haters getting to her, or just the situation with my dad, or like fighting my brother on the phone. Like, maybe for whatever reason she's overwhelmed. And like, I've had moments where I've been jealous and insecure before, and it doesn't feel good. So don't take it personal. It's probably not about you. It's probably just a bunch of things happening all at once. Don't judge. And I'm just, at this point, I'm getting sick of how many times I have to keep saying that to myself. Like, I'm getting sick of going online and being like, guys, like, stop being so mean. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. And now people are looking at me like I'm an idiot, like I'm a fool because I'm defending your behavior the whole time. You don't actually care about me. Like, you are showing me at every turn that I am in the way for you, and for whatever reason, whether you wanted to step in and push me to the side in your live streams. Like, I'm just seeing so many examples of a person that is not looking out for you. And mind you, like, before these things really started going down, like, I'm looking at this person like a big sis. I'm looking at this person like they can do no wrong. Like, you represent so many great things. And she even told me, like, we went to the Peppermint Club, and this was, I'm sorry, I'm jumping around. It's kind of hard to keep it together. But like, we went to the Peppermint Club like a couple weeks before my dad comes into town. And she tells me, like, on the dance floor, she's like, you're going to be so big. Like, I talk to God, I talk to God. Right. And I'm like, oh shoot, yeah, like that's beautiful. And she's like, what did God tell you when he spoke to you? And she's like, well, he told me that you're going to be bigger than me and I'm supposed to help you, and like, you're pretty and you have a great voice and you're more American, and like, I just know that you're going to be bigger than me someday. And at the time, I'm taking it as like, wow, that's really sweet, like, you're speaking love and light into me. But now I'm kind of contextualizing that conversation as like, I think those were her fears made manifest. I think that these are the things that she didn't want to happen, hence why she kept treating me like lesser than. If she has this thought in her head that we're in competition for whatever reason, and you can't fix that. That's part of why I'm like talking about this stuff, because this may seem like small and petty. Certain things obviously are not, certain, especially in terms of the house and like some of the behaviors I witnessed with the kids. But like, besides that, like this, it's like, Stony, why are you talking about this? This is so petty. Like this, I mean, the song thing, which we're gonna get into the Handle Me song too, of like what actually happened with the upload and what, you know, my perspective on what happened. But if you as a young woman are noticing that this person that you're spending so much time with continuously shows you who they are, and you find yourself making excuses, trying to be the kinder person, trying to be the bigger person all the time, you are going to neglect yourself to a point that you can't come back from. So if you don't have boundaries, if you don't call me,
who the hell we thought that? Well, I'll be like bicycle, eh? Your name is difficult in Uka. I'll just use the three last listed. Uka said, I thought that go fire. Uka said, it's the so I thought I go destroy that lie coming out from your jealous mouth. This is mean girl bullying behavior. You know, it's good that she's telling this story, and I'll tell you why. Welcome in. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I think I'm seeing you for the first time. The name. Welcome everyone. Please like the live stream. It's good that Stony is telling this story, because telling this story will also help people to understand the mindset of Stony and Dawn. So KORRA was jealous. And when KORRA was saying you're going to be big, you're going to be, what is somebody is, you are more American than me. Nobody is more American than anybody. All of them are no come from there. So nobody is more American than any other person. That's a very weird way of thinking. You listen, somebody will say, oh, this person, you're more this than this, you're more that than that. People just take things. I don't know. At the end of the day, someday this world, whether you're more American or you're more from any other country, you will still end up dead, and they will still bury you 6 feet below like every other person. They will not bury you with the whole country. You're not going anywhere with the whole country and everything. So all this, you will be bigger than me. And that was her fear. Are there no artists that are bigger than KORRA out there? So what is the deal? I don't understand, man. I don't understand all these things that she's saying. I don't understand. I say that you see what I said in early live stream. She has mental issues. She's over this due to her childhood trauma. Well, I don't finish. Stony, go and get help. KORRA is not your problem. If you ever get another artist to work with you again, you will face the same issue, crying all over the place. Man, her story is really weird. She's projecting her feelings on KORRA, my sister, as in, it's just weird. It is really, really weird. So let's keep listening.
Behavior like it is and stop making excuses for people, you are going to continuously end up in relationships with people who love your light and love it so much that they want to be in it. They want to take it from you rather than wanting to uplift you and be bright together. And this happens quite often, and it's something that I think we as women need to address within our community of women. Like, the fact that the majority of the people making this hateful content is older women. Like, the fact that the majority of people that have been aggressively, like, attacking me have been women is really concerning to me. Especially when, like, as women, we should be looking out for each other, which includes holding each other accountable, by the way. It includes not continuing to exalt someone above everybody else just because you perceive them as having money and having clout. Like, no, if you truly care about women as a community and us being better and being better towards each other and actually making more progress in this. Like, if you believe in feminism, if you believe in women's rights, like if you believe in all these things, then why would you use language and behavior that has been used to oppress us for decades and centuries to bash someone you don't know? Like, why are we making slave content, y'all? Why are we towards another woman?
Is it not because you that is working for her? Justin?
Because you don't like what she's saying about your fave? Like, y'all gotta look in the mirror. It's kind of disgusting. Like, the
Stony don't get it. I think she's talking about the video that who did it? I think it's Jenny's that made that AI video of the slave master and the cotton picking thing. And I think that's the thing that she's talking about. But you that decided to go and work for Justin, imagine she's complaining about, oh, the star KORRA was, but now you're collecting stars for Justin. You left your page that you're supposed to grow to go and collect stars for Justin, and then people are pointing it out and you're talking about something else. If you're bashing someone, what makes you think that it is just fine for you to bash somebody else, but people cannot bash you? You came here talking about her children. Who gave you the right to go online and be speaking about somebody else's children? How? People will talk about their children if they want to talk about that. It's not your right to go and discuss other people's children. If you like discussing children, you go have your own children and discuss them online. You don't go discussing other people's children, but you don't see what you're doing. Justin is such a horrible person that wish the mother of his children to be 6 feet below. That is the person you're working with. And you're concerned about older women are connecting online and they are saying what you're doing. You are acting silly. You did not do diggings if you felt like you dealt with KORRA and KORRA was so horrible. You didn't think that you need to do diggings to find out who the ex-husband was to also before you start accepting page from him to use to bash the ex-wife. Who does that? A man that inserted himself in business deal that didn't concern him, giving you a free page so you can use to go and insult his ex-wife. That is the good person. That's the role model. And then you're complaining. Nonsense.
Behavior is like, whoa, but the fact that like this happens so often where a younger woman, older woman dynamic a lot of times doesn't turn out well because someone gets jealous of the other and self-sabotages the relationship for whatever reason. And it happens in the workplace, it happens in entertainment, it's happened to me before I met KORRA. Like, I've had my own situations where this same thing keeps happening, where I'm thinking that women are supporting me and are loving, but then the second I seem to be doing better than them in any capacity, in their mind you, I might not even be doing better than them. Just like the $5 live stream star situation. I wasn't actually doing better than her, but she perceived it that way because she saw me as competition from jump. And I'm like, damn, like this is a problem. So part of the reason why I'm talking about this is because I want us to talk. I want us to engage with each other. Why are we like this? Why is this so normalized with women? Why? Why do we think it's okay to behave this way with each other and then act like it's girl power, but in real life you ain't shit? Like, that's something that I think is worth talking about, and something that's worth standing up for, something that's worth really deep diving and really critiquing. Because when you love something, you want to see the best of the best come from it.
Exactly.
And I feel that way about women. I feel like...
Exactly. That's one thing people don't understand. When you constantly bash somebody else and you talk about how bad that person has been to you, how horrible, and you continue on this smear campaign, the people that are listening to you might not say anything. They might be saying, oh, really? So this person treats you this bad. So this, but as you continue to tell that story, they will start picking out the kind of person that you are. And you're right. It's the same thing JD did, and people found out the kind of person he is. The same thing Don did. People could tell the kind of person, the kind of mindset Don had. Just Stony is doing the same thing now, talking about how you were prepping your father to go to Bitcoin, you were prepping your brothers, you were all of these things you have said shows your own mindset. You spoke about how she was trying to spoil you, tell you to wear swimsuit and do videos, but then they have old videos of you before you met her. You were already wearing swimsuit. You were comfortable. As an artist, is that not one of the things they wear during their musical videos, depending on the type of song they're doing? And Stony does this kind of romantic kind of songs and wanty. Are those not the type of songs where they will be, rolling around, dancing, wearing skimpy things and doing one or two? So if you're already wearing swimsuit and somebody says wear t-shirt and that's by the poolside, t-shirt is even more covering than swimsuit. So how are they spoiling you? So let her continue to tell the story, and by the time she finished, we don't know how many episodes she's planning to do, but by the time she finishes, people will be able to put together the mindset and the character of this human being, and then we will know if truly her music was stolen or not. And the music in question is no longer on YouTube. If you go to KORRA's page, the song Handle Me is no longer there on her YouTube. It is not. Give me a second, please. Let me. Sorry, when you have to do morning walk, you also have to do other things. So I'm also trying to multitask here. Sorry for the muting. So let's continue to listen. Pardon me.
I want to see what's best for us. I want us to support each other, and that also means I want us to hold each other accountable so that we can be better, so that we can progress more. And that doesn't happen when you stay silent for fear of drama or for fear of backlash or for fear of controversy. Like that.
You're very correct. Uka said they can't stand that KORRA's light won't go out, so they resort to the rubbish behavior. And I will tell you one thing that, if you're paying attention, you would notice. There is this, because of this nonsense picture that all these their big news channels like CNN, BBC, and all of these things that the propaganda that they put out there, that they make Africa to look like. I'm telling you, firsthand, I was asked the question, being in Europe, I was asked the question. This is how this question went. The person said, "Don't get angry. I want to ask you a question." Don't. And the third time this person was telling me not to be upset, I knew I was going to hear something stupid. Either it's going to be something racist or something very stupid about my country or my continent where I come from. I knew it. So I started laughing and I said to the person, "Just ask the question already." And the person said, "I heard you people don't have houses, like you don't have brick houses as we have here. I heard you people live on top of trees and things like that." So I laughed and I looked at the person. I said, "But you have a smartphone on your hand. Just Google it." And then there was somebody else that was the same race with the person that was asking me the question, that has been to at least one African country. The person was like, "You can't even believe the type of houses they have. You can't even believe the type of cars they drive there. You can't even believe the amount of foods they have on the street." And the person started telling. So now it was not even me answering. I just laughed and said, "You have a phone. Just pick one of the African country and write what type of houses are in Nigeria, or what type of houses are in South Africa, what type of houses are in Ghana, what type of cars they drive in Zimbabwe, what type of houses are in Kenya." Just Google it, and then you will see. So because of this mindset, a lot of people, you will even hear things like, "Oh, you can speak good English." You will hear it. "Oh, you sound very smart," because to them, they just think that you're this person coming from where there is no electricity. That's why we have this content creator that she's very big. because she does these irony videos. I mean, I believe a lot of you must have seen it, where people will ask her, do you people have Wi-Fi in Africa? She'll tell you no. The way we communicate, we go to the middle of the square and we scream and everybody hears, you know. And she's very big with those type of irony. The stupid questions they ask, she makes fun of it, and she's very big with numbers online. You know, if I tell you the kind of things I've heard living here in Europe about this thing, I'm even telling you what, at this point, I can tell you that even in the schools, if you see the nonsense they are teaching to the children in schools, you will not believe it. That a European school is teaching about how Africa does not have food to eat. Tell me, how does that benefit them? And they, if they don't spray their plants don't grow. If they don't, like, they just don't have anything healthy. America, for example, they will eat canned food. So the point I'm trying to make here,
they have organizations, government organizations. That's why they say the no government organizations pay
to make money. Okay, so this is a Caucasian person, the voice you just heard, explaining this. Non-governmental organizations pushing this propaganda, so they will give them money that they will keep 99% of the money in their pockets, send 10% to Africa, then pretend that they don't have to. Why am I bringing up this topic? Is because most times when you deal with people, because they already have this mindset that you're coming from Africa, they think you don't know anything. You cannot understand English, so they think they can fool you when they speak English. They think you don't know how to read or write, because they don't know that most of the people they meet are already graduates from universities, college of educations, polytechnics, and name it, right? They want to bring in business. They don't know that we're business savvy, because they think we don't know goddamn nothing. So people go into this thing thinking that they're going to deceive you, and when they cannot deceive you, they are shocked. So I think that's exactly the mindset that Don, because Stony and Don were born and raised in America, they overlook the fact that KORRA is now also an American citizen. They don't know that she's a graduate. They don't even know the course that she read in university. They did not do any digging about KORRA. They just have this mindset that, oh my goodness, this is a lady with 11, 12 million following online. She's very active. She has a lot of, she will help us build we're going to take advantage of her. We're going to just help her with small music. And in fact, at the end of the day, we will twist and turn everything and we'll get more percentage. That's why they will decide 33 to split 33%. And the next thing, Don transfers his own 33% to only one person, one artist. They just wanted to twist everything in a way that it will favor them. Do you understand? That's what they wanted to do. Twist everything in a way that it will favor them. Every time you talk in the presence of some of these very shallow mind, and it's them that will use the most expensive phones. They have iPhone 17, iPhone 20. They have Samsung Galaxy 20. In fact, any phone that is the latest, they have it in their hand, but they will not do small research to know anything about Africa. I say these things to just let you know how some people behave. The common one is this English language. That is somebody's language. Like, it is a language, and the language that people even use to analyze how smart and how bright you are. When you go through history to check it, the English language, is it not 99% of another person's language? The English language, every sentence you speak, as you speaking English, that people use that to categorize, people will laugh. Look at the accent you use to speak. Go to Europe, they don't even speak English. And then when you look at the language itself, that they were like, oh, so you can speak English. 99% of the English language are what? Greek words. So it's also somebody else's language that you want to use to analyze how the level, measure the smartness of somebody else. So because of these things, they just felt like they could take advantage. These two idiots thought they could take advantage of KORRA, and it didn't work. KORRA was born and raised in Lagos. I say this, and I'm not telling you that you cannot fool an African. Except the one that was, Ajebota, those ones we call Ajebota, those very ones that their parents are billionaires, millionaires. They are raised differently, So they might not know much, but a person raised in Nigeria, the most populated Black nation in the world, Lagos is one of the most populated cities in Africa. A city that doesn't sleep. Night and day, you must know street. You must be street smart. You cannot fool anybody raised in Nigeria. Anyway, you will not, except they look at you and they just allow you to keep deceiving yourself, thinking you're fooling them, but you can't. You cannot fool an African. Except the ones that I just told you that are Ajes, that will want to play Aje with you. So this thing that Dawn and Stony is talking, and we want to help her, and then we helped her, and then we did not help her, and get her here. Let me put some of the comments and on this, and then we'll continue. You know. So this Dawn is sharing a flat broadcast from a small kitchen while most Nigerians live in. I don't understand. That's another thing. They have their mindset that we're living in on top of trees. You know, somebody said, and they asked you that, and what was your response? I said, me, I was laughing. I said, what do you expect me to say? Do you think I'm going to get angry? The person that is asking me that question, I have seen your house. I have seen the type of car you drive. It is nothing compared to the type of cars they drive in my country or any of the African country. So what am I supposed to cry and get angry for? Nothing. Because the whole of your house is the size of the kitchen and the playroom in where I come from, because that's how the houses are built. The size of a kitchen in an African home, that an African person decide to build a home. The kitchen alone is the full size of the houses we see here in Europe, where they will put the sitting room and the kitchen and everything together. No, we don't do like that, because we don't want to be cooking and the oil and all the clothes and everything smells oil, and this because you want to mix the sitting room and everything. No, kitchen is kitchen. Storage room is storage room. Sitting room is sitting room. So you see all these people that think that they know so much, and their mindset is that people don't know anything. And when they cannot fool you, they just turn around and start acting like a fool. Who is this? Let me see. Aisha, right? Yeah. Oviosa, Aisha Oviosa, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, welcome, Queen. I just said listening to her is wasting of my time. It is, but on the other hand, it is not, because it helps you to understand the kind of person that you're dealing with. So it gives you the full picture. When she will now finally tell you how KORRA stole her music, you will now be able to give a proper analysis of what went wrong. So it is fantastic that she's talking, and she's talking about everything else that she shouldn't speak about, like talking about KORRA's children, how KORRA's home is unkept. I don't know what that has to do with music, but somehow they brought that in. You understand? I say it said, as I said, they believe KORRA inferior to them. And yes, they thought KORRA was inferior to them because, of course, she was coming from motherland. So, and remember, the other Justin fans will call her motherland. That's another thing they always do. You understand? They always feel like we're from the mods. So that's another thing that you will always hear. Your mud Africa is full of mud houses, wood houses. The ones that feel like if people have house, they feel is mud. So one of the even shade, when they want to shade you, they tell you, go back to your mud country, go back to your mud. You know, they always think Africa is a country. They don't know that it's a continent. So they tell you, go back to your mud country. Okay, let's proceed. It's just funny, you know, you can recognize where this whole thing is coming from, you know. You can just recognize, okay? Like I said, they always look down on us until we show them I have personal experience from work. Oh, you see? You know, you can always see it. You can always tell. Do you understand? You know, I remember my little one coming back from school one day, and then she just came to me and said to me, Mom, They told me that Africa is very poor. I said, who told you? Said, my teacher. I said, your teacher said that. Now I'm almost, I had to look at my time and school was over because I was going to wear my clothes and go and meet her there. And I just turned on the TV and I started putting, videos showing her what the continent I come from look like. Let her see it because I've not taken her there yet. And I told her stories, how we live. And I told her, when you go back to school next time, when they tell you that, tell them she's little, but she's very bold. She's not afraid of, if you like, be big like Goliath. She's not afraid of you. So the next time, I don't know why they keep giving them these lessons. The next time she went and the teacher wanted to, immediately she tackled. When she came back, she was telling me that I told the teacher that it is, because I went and I pulled out the schools that we have in Nigeria. And I said, look at this school. It's bigger than your school, right? And then look at the type of cars that are dropping children off in school. So she was able to see. And the next time the teacher started, she told the teacher, know what the teacher did? An older person talking with a child that is not even 10 years old. What did she do? The lady closed her ears. That's what my own little one told me, that the lady had to put her two hands, this now Oyibo woman, Caucasian. She closed her ears because my daughter was telling her that Africa is not poor and we have a lot of food and we drive big, big cars, big houses and big schools. The lady closed her ears and refused to hear. With her two hands, blocked her ears. And I said to her, don't worry. For her to do that, you already won. And I said to her, whenever they tell you anything else, come and ask me, and I will tell you the true story. So you see the kind of mindset. You see the nonsense they teach their children in school. So that's why people like Stony, that are even people of color, grow up hearing nonsense as lessons from school. And then they think somehow Stony, that is also from the continent. Her mom is from the continent, but I don't know if her father is not. But it doesn't even matter, because in her own video, she mentioned both of them are also people of, they're also blacks, right? Her mom and dad. But then both of them, she and Don, are ganging up with Justin that thinks that he's better. But KORRA had to come from motherland to pay his bills, take care of him, give him the baby boy lifestyle that he can no longer live. So you will see a lot and hear a lot. And you see, sometimes it affects some people. I know of someone that came here, okay, in the same country that I'm in, and the person had to lie that the person is from somewhere else where we have a lot of people of colors too. I don't want to mention the country. The person didn't want to say the person was from Africa because the kind of things, the way the person was being treated. But you see somebody like me, or I don't know, I always tell people that maybe because I'm in Niger Delta, you cannot oppress me as a Nigerian. You cannot even oppress Nigerians anywhere. So anyone that you see is the one that was raised somehow. But if you were, you cannot. Because before you say one, I will give you 50. All I need to know is the country you come from. Where you go, where do you start shading me from? I will give you the history of your country. Both of my parents were in the educational sector until they retired. Do you think you know history more than I do? Start talking. Let me finish you. Anyone I don't remember, I call. I'm from a big family. Anyone I don't remember, I call. I get the listen. So who are you? Do you understand? So for somebody to even try to change, so these are the type of things that will happen that will make people to start feeling bad about themselves. Jiket, that's it. Guys, KORRA is very prudent. You'll be shocked she has paid off her mortgage while they continue to harass her. Let them be there harassing. The master they are working for, he has not even been able to mold one block. KORRA studied business management in university. Leave them, and they think they can deceive her and fool her. They don't know. That's the problem. Maybe they're looking at her. She told them she went to school, but they thought it was a lie because it's when you start engaging these people, that's when they're like, oh, you're smart. Like it's a surprise for an African person to be smart to them. You're smart. If somebody's telling you they've been to school, they've studied something, why are you shocked when they're discussing that thing or discussing anything else? Why are you surprised? These people will never change until they start educating themselves. Look, when even this streamer I Show Speed went to Africa. Look at the response. Look at how people were behaving. People were crying. Oh, we were lied to. We didn't know. This is how African looks. This is what. Another thing again was when they did that show, Young, Famous, and African. That show that followed young Africans, Zari Hassan, Diamond Platinum, Annie Dibia, Swanky Jerry, and the rest of them, for showing their lifestyle and everything. People could not believe that there's any African city that looks the way, because I think that's most of the thing is filmed in South Africa, and people couldn't believe that South Africa looked like that. You'll be hearing questions, things, so they have skyscrapers in Africa. They have tall buildings. No, we don't have. We hang on top of the mango trees.
We will never reach that point that we're talking about trying to reach if we can't do this, if we can't openly discuss. So
no, they don't see those ones.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I got lost, y'all. I'm so sorry. So I have one more story I'm going to tell you from this period, because this is kind of like the middle of the friendship.
Oh yeah, I noticed from your name. I'm like, because somehow names that I've seen always register on my head, and I'm like, okay, yes, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining. It's your first time. You love already. Thank you. I'm grateful. God bless you. Thank you so much. Exactly. All those feeding of people, they didn't see that part. They like to pretend that everywhere looks like Hollywood, their Hollywood Hills or Hollywood whatever. And they want to pretend that they don't have those cities like Philly, or what they call it, where people are walking around like zombies. They don't know that we have a lot of Africans in that their America that they will not allow us to rest. Eh? The way some of them will brag with that America, go believe say in a country where people they wake up for morning, carry gun, go school, go shoot people because say somebody no prepare their akamu well for them.
So after the karaoke night, after my dad's still in town at this point, and he noticed the karaoke video. We talked about it. He was like, I mean, I told you, I felt a vibe when I met her. I'm just letting you know, like, be careful of that energy. I'm like, okay, Dad, like, let me deal with it. We end up.
What kind of family is this? You sit down and you're discussing, like, you are 25 years old. Your mates in Africa are married with kids. And this is not like me shading, but I'm just saying they have sense enough to raise family. You're going to discuss your friend with your father, sitting down with your father is telling you, oh, I saw this vibe and I saw that vibe. Stony, you're 25 years old. If you notice a bad vibe, you should have removed yourself from that friendship and told her, let you people keep this thing professional. Tell Dawn, let's sit down, let's have this meeting. I think this friendship, it's somehow, let's just be professional. Let's meet at the studios. Let's write, let's work, let's share our ideas, and let's leave it at that. Okay, you can work with somebody without being the person's friend. Okay, your colleagues at work, because you say hello, hi, and how are you, and things like that, does not mean that they are your friends. So she could have worked with KORRA without being KORRA's friend. Friendship is not by force. You don't force somebody to be your friend. So all of this explanation that you're sitting in your home, had a meeting with your brother about KORRA, had a meeting with Don about KORRA, had a meeting with your father about KORRA. How many people did KORRA have meeting about you with? Now, wow.
Getting an invite to a Halloween party. It's like at this really nice house in the hills, through a personal connection. It's her event. And me and Don are like, well, we're definitely on the list. Do we want to bring KORRA? She's been acting kind of funny, but like, maybe this is our chance to go back out as friends, have a good time. We'll get some content.
She's actually funny. Why do you
her
keep
song
bringing
Lava's
her to
doing well,
gatherings?
so maybe we should shoot more content for her at the parties so that she can put Lava behind it. Maybe seeing her music trending is what's going to get her out of her head and have her stop behaving like a jealous person towards you. Like, maybe this is what we need. So we invite her. She's like, okay, cool. We invite our other friend as well, and another friend of ours that you guys met, but I don't want to bring them into this for real. She wasn't the only person we invited. We invite her. She carpools with us. Cool. We get ready together on live, and it's really fun. And I'm like, oh my God, like you're right. Like, this is exactly what we needed. We just needed an icebreaker. We needed a reset, a girly fun time reset. So that was very genuine. All that good time, and we're dancing, and that was genuine. That was fun. We get to the party, and because I've come to this person's place often, and because a lot of the people that go to her parties know me personally, thank you guys, they knew me. They knew my name. So, like, I walk in, and, like, now when I show up places, like, especially places with this particular group of people, they're all excited to see me because we know each other. Like, I've been coming around, and then they're fans of the music, and they're like, I see what you're doing. Like, you're young and you're hustling. You're still out here. I'm so proud of you. So throughout the night, like, we're walking in with her and going up these, like, long stairs and all these things, and people would be like, oh my God, it's Stony. Oh my God, it's Stony. Like, coming up to me and hugging me, and I just heard your last song. He was so good. Stony, oh my God, let's take a picture, girl. And they don't know who she is. And I'm not saying that to be shady. I'm just saying, like, because I've been around, like, they remembered.
Let me tell you something, why this is just nonsense talk. If you go back and look at KORRA's old videos, photos she's posted, she's took photographs, she's been around big names like Don Jazzy and all these big artists that she's been hanging around with when she was in Lagos, Nigeria, doing her music. Do you think that when she goes to events where you have all these other celebrities and things like that, people will not run to these people to hug them? I think she was in Ghana also, I think that, right, dancing for who was it, Stone, which of these artists, if I don't remember. People will always go and hug and greet, and KORRA understand that this person is the artist that they know. So KORRA following you to an event, when you're going somewhere that's your first time, and you know that this person has been there before, how is it your business that you go get jealous because they are greeting the person? Since when greeting somebody turns into something that will make another person jealous that nobody is greeting them? If she takes you to Lagos, Nigeria too, nobody will know you. People will be, oh, KORRA, oh, KORRA, oh, KORRA, was. Nobody will know you. So it's a normal thing that it's almost like Stony reads meaning into everything. Stony, please love yourself enough to know that you don't have to compare yourself to anybody. You don't always have to think that people are judging you, people are envious of you, people are envious of your achievements. I'm on our to you.
And they, when you're out in LA and you're in the music circles and then going to some people's houses, like, they're gonna recognize you more. So I'm not saying by any means that I get flooded in the streets at this point, but, like, at this particular party, people are excited to see me when we pull up. Okay, so that happens, and each person that comes up and it's like, Stony, let's take a selfie together. Oh my God, can you get in a picture with them? Did you know Stony's an artist? She's Cape Verdean American. She's great. Let's get in a picture together. So I'm just like, hey, girl, so good to see you. Come be in the pictures. And KORRA is just not into it. She's just like, I'm good. I'm just a little tired, and, like, just very reserved. And I'm like, at this point, I know what this is. Like, at this point, I'm like, okay, girl, I've been defending you for too long. Like, now this is really blatant. Like, you are clearly upset that people are coming up to me right now, and I'm gonna need you to get the fuck out of your head because this is getting annoying. Like, please, can we stop? Can we stop? Like, you realize that if you are bright and nice and friendly and you interact with these people and I introduce you, that the next time you come to this same house, you will get the same reception. Like, they will be just as excited to see you. They just don't remember you because they didn't know who you were. And that's not to say that you're not in your own right great and have your own family. Like, that's not what that means. But, like, in their circle, they don't know you yet. Like, you're coming as my plus one, and you acting like you bitter and don't want to be there. Like, what happened to the fun times in the house? Like, was that just for the cameras? Like, was that? Because to me, I'm having fun in the house. I'm running around laughing with you and telling you look great, and oh my God, our costumes. But, like, is that an act because people are watching? Like, because now that there's no cameras and there's no live stream, you're acting like a hater. Like, what is happening? And mind you, I'm not the only one saying this. Like, my friends are saying this. Like, yo, what's wrong with your homegirl that you brought? Like, why is her energy so strange? And I'm like, don't worry about it. Again, I'm covering for her. I'm like, no, she's just tired. She had a long day. Like, ignore it. Like, just, you know, she'll get back into it. Maybe she just needs a drink. Maybe she needs to date.
There are people that are they very, you know, outgoing, that they'll just jump into a place and be, you know, showing themselves. But a lot of people, when you go to a place for the first time, you're meeting people for the first time, you just don't go there putting yourself, forcing yourself on people and putting yourself in their faces. You kind of just observe first. Okay, so the period of you observing might come off to be like, oh, you're being cold, right? Or you're just, you know, being standoffish. But no, you have to kind of know, you know, there's this proverb in Africa, they said, and you bring a new chicken to a place, the chicken stands with one leg, right? Hangs one leg up and stands with one leg, until when the chicken knows everything and understands, and the chicken will now put both legs, you know, on the ground. So it's just a normal thing to get into a place and behave yourself. Do you understand? It's just normal. And then over time, you warm up. What does that have to, or why does that have to translate to being somebody being jealous of you? Now, wow, everybody, they jealous Stony. It is well, oh.
Maybe, I don't know, but she's in her head right now. Maybe
No,
she's
be smarting, though, Michael Jackson.
You know, they're like, okay, because she's
People
just giving
faint
weird
when they
energy.
see
I'm
Stony.
like, okay, well, again, I'm keeping defending her, and I go up to Don, and I'm like, yo, do you notice how she's acting at yet another event that we brought her to? And he's like, I know, I'm seeing it. Let me handle it. You go and just have a good time. Like, you don't need to babysit her.
This is always the thing. How three of you went for an event. According to you, you're noticing the cold shoulder KORRA is giving you and other people. You did not go to KORRA, pull KORRA aside and ask her, girl, what's going on? Why this kind of mood? Instead, you went to Dawn to go and gossip the KORRA that is right there in the same event with you, that you and Dawn invited her. So she was never a member of the circle. If she was a member of the circle, it would be discussed amongst all three of you. And she probably explained to you why she's in that mood, but you didn't think it was good enough for you to discuss it with your so-called friend, but you went and discussed it with the one that is actually your friend. Keep talking, exposing yourself. I said that when has KORRA not been social? That's her brand. Stony is lying. But why didn't she even discuss it with the KORRA? Mention it to the person. Say, oh, you know she's lying. She does that sound like KORRA's frowning her face going to a party. She's very social. You know, we're just giving Stony the benefit of that, but she still digs herself into a hole, because why did you not speak to your friend that is, you know, being moody in the party? You went and spoke to Dawn. What was Dawn supposed to do? Take a cane and start flogging KORRA? So KORRA would lighten up? The story is suffering from severe low self-esteem. She's having this perception with the multiple personality in her. Well, I know they finish. Anyway, so you see the language last the event we brought her to. They are trying to spin a narrative that they were necessary for her, and that others can't work with her. They just know what they are trying to do. But you see in this life. Why is it not showing? Hold on. Okay.
Because she had disappeared in the crowd at one point, and like just and didn't tell us. She just dipped. Like, I'm like, that's okay, cool. Do your thing. Go have a good time. But like multiple people come up to me and are like, yo, Shawty's energy is off. Like, what's going on with her? And I'm just like, don't worry about it. She's tired. So the whole night, she's pouting and she's upset and doesn't really want to talk to anybody, to the point where she'll just sit on her phone and scroll like in the corner of the party by herself. And I go up to her and be like, hey, are you okay? Do you want to talk? Like, what's going on? And she's like, no, just leave me alone. Like, I'm just tired. And I'm like, okay, you're being a baby right now. You're being a brat. And I'm clearly not. I'm the last person you want to talk to right now. So I'm going to leave you be. The party ends. We take a video for her dancing. Like, and ironically enough, like, I had forgotten about getting content for her because I was so annoyed at her behavior. But she ended up like finding me again in the crowd and was like, it's 2 million views and she'll dance and have a good time and be like, hey, Lava, like I can stop being a jealous bitch because Lava's trending. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'll take the video for you. I take the video and she looks great. And I'm like, you know, you throw it back, you look good, cool, here's your video. Now, if you're gonna be a negative Nancy, do that elsewhere because I'm trying to have fun and listen to music. The party ends and we end up going down to the parking lot because they have this like ballet shuttle system. And another friend of ours pulls up. She was too late to come into the party, but she's like, you guys met her, but I just don't want to bring her into this referral, but she's a sweetheart, like just a sweetheart type personality. She's like, I'm so sorry I'm late. I missed the party, but I just wanted to see you guys. Like, I just got off of work. I wanted to see your costumes. Like, if you want me to take a picture for you, I can. And she sees KORRA, like, in her car, just pouting, like, looking like someone had stabbed her in the leg or something. Like, and she's like, hey, what's wrong with her? And we're like, don't worry about it. It's whatever. She ends up coming up to us, like, KORRA leaves the car, comes up to us, and she's like, do you guys want to go to an after party? And we're like, not really. Like, we're kind of tired. It's like 12:30 or at this point, like, it's really late in the night. Everybody's kind of, you know, dead. We've been dancing all night. So we're kind of like, we don't really want to go, but like, if you want to go, like, by all means. And she's just like, fine, then I'll go. I'll take you with me. That's sweetheart. She goes, I'll take you with me. And she's like, well, I don't know. She's like, do you not want to come with me? And the sweetheart's like, and she's looking at me, and I'm looking at her, and I can tell in her eyes, like, she doesn't want to go, but she doesn't want to piss her off more because she hates conflict. So I'm like, you know what? I'll go. Like, I'll go. We can go together. It'll be great. And she's like, okay, cool. Like, I'll go with you, KORRA. It'll be fine. And she's like, okay, well, it's this like DJ club thing, and like somebody that I networked with at the party told me that they would play Lava for me at the club. And I'm like, oh, why didn't you say that sooner? And Don's like, yeah, dude, like if this is about like promoting your music and not just hanging out, like you're asking us as if like, do you just want to hang out and keep drinking? And we're like, no, we're tired. Like I want to go home, get some water, go to bed, take care of myself, recover. Like I don't want to keep I'm not like a party, like night owl type girl, but I do it for music and I do it for networking and I do it because it's a part of the job. So, but I get it. Like, this is an opportunity. Like, a club's gonna bump your music, and she's like, "Yeah, it's an Afrobeat club." And we end up talking to her, and we're like, "Yo, like, you can't just expect us to read your mind. Like, if this was about music, you should have said that up front, because we would have been more excited, and we would have been like, yeah, of course. But when you say it like that, and you've been pissy all night, we're thinking you just want to keep partying, and we don't want to keep partying." And she's like, "Well, I don't need anybody. Like, I can just do it by myself." And we're like, "Yeah, but we're your friends. Like, let's go. It's Halloween night. It's in downtown, which typically like that time of night, especially on like a weekend, like Halloween weekend."
I'm reading your comments, but I don't, her live stream is so long, over an hour plus, and right now we've been here for 2 hours. So I'm reading the comments, but I don't want to pause this too much. I'm not giving her the benefit of that. That got me laughing. Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be crowded. There's gonna be no parking, and you're a woman by yourself wearing an outfit. Like we don't want you to go by yourself. And she's like, okay, fine, then come with me. So we take Don's car, and we drive to this club. There's no parking. We're all exhausted. Don's driving around for like 30 minutes just looking for parking. He illegally parks because he's like, look, we just need to get to this club so that she can get her video played and like we can lift her spirits. I'm in the backseat trying to boost her, gas her up, be like, girl, you look so great. Like, I don't know what's gotten into you, but like, just, remember why you're outside. Like, whatever's bothering you, leave it alone. Like, let's go, have fun. get some content for your fans and like keep promoting lava. And she's like, okay, whatever. We get to the club and we're stuck outside because again, they don't know who she is. So they're just like, we can't just let you in because this is like, you know, a party, but it's a private thing. Like you have to be on the list. And she's like, well, I know the DJ. The DJ invited me and said he would play my, or she would play my song, whoever, I forget who the DJ was, but like, they told me that they would play my song here. Like I'm an artist. And they're like, well, I can't just let you in because you're an artist. Like I'm security. So she pulls out her phone and she's like, this is me. This is me. I have 12 million followers. And you don't, like, I don't care if you don't know who I am. Like, this is who I am. Like, let me into this club. I'm an artist. I'm a big Afro artist. And I need to, and Don's like, okay, so he has to come in. And again, there's a line of people. Like there are other people witnessing this. And they're like, oh my God, what's going on over there? And the security guard's getting pissed because he's like, why are you talking to me? Like I ain't shit. So it just starts escalating and Don has to cut in and be like, hey, she's an artist. Like she's supposed to be here. My name's so-and-so. This is what I've done. Like I'm a manager. This is my other artist, Stony. Like, like can you please just speak to somebody about getting her on the list? So we take a good like 15 to 20 minutes of Don going back and forth. And eventually we get our little wristbands and we get in. But like, had it not been for Don, we wouldn't have gotten into the club. Like we would have been turned away because they did not know her. So I'm sorry, I'm being petty right now. Like my emotions are getting involved. Because again, at this point in the night, mind you, she's been a brat all night at this Halloween party that we brought her to and treating me like shit because she's mad that people like me. And now we're going out of our way for you, for your song, and you're talking down on people you don't know. Like, girl, like, have you not been outside in LA? Like, this happens to even, like, big artists. Like, sometimes, you know, security don't be knowing. That don't make you any less. Like, but don't act like everybody should bow on their knees for you. Like, that's just not cool. And then that makes us look bad. And, like, this is crazy. So we get into the club. She still has her attitude because she's pissed. At this point, she's just double pissed, double upset. And she's like, walks in there, and I'm like, here, let me take your phone. She's like, take my purse too. Gives me her purse. And I'm just like, yo, you are trying my patience. I'm trying to be a good person, and you are trying me right now. Take my phone out. And I'm like, you know what? What did I say? I was like, KORRA. And she turned around, and she was like looking upset. And I was like, they're about to play your song right now. And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, was, and I scream it to her, and it's like something activates, like her, like it's like her face just like snapped into it. And I was like, be her, be the artist. Like I don't care what you're feeling right now. These are gonna be for your fans. Like snap it together, pull it together. You are a bad bitch. Was, like I yell her phrase, and she locks in. And they start playing her song, and she's dancing, doing her thing, and looking cute. And that video, I don't know if she took it down.
Welcome, Queen. Welcome, Choice TV. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Hello, sis. I'll be listening at the background. Good morning. Good morning to you too. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, let me continue playing. Like this live stream is her live stream is so long, but at least we've gotten to an hour now. So her live stream is 1 hour, 16 minutes, 48 seconds. Let's hear everything Stony is going to spill.
That video does well on her page too. And they're like, oh my God, they're playing lava at the club, da da da. And everybody's like, oh my God.
Do you people notice how anything that Stony and Don is involved in, Stony will tell you that he did very well. The video she edited did very well. The video she took on the phone did very well. Don suggesting that KORRA should include Mike did very well. So all those other videos and songs that KORRA has been doing since she was in Nigeria until she came to this America, where I carry for head like say tomorrow no day, all those ones didn't do well. So much meaning, like somehow it looks like Justin was involved in this from the beginning. When you deal with people like Justin, never let your guards down, because when the person tell you say you go end for jail or you will go down 6 feet below, that is an evil X that you go to look at like this with microscope so that you don't go miss anything. You don't use your naked eye to look anymore. You have to grab a mic and they touch lighting that human being, because that person will continue. But God will always protect. See how this lady is busy. Everything that normal people will not read meaning into. How many people hangs out with their friends and you're noticing mood? If you want, they're boring, they're boring. If I dey in the mood to dance, you dey in the mood to, they're boring. That won't concern you. If I dey in the mood to shy you, you know what shy you concern you. Sometimes you don't even have friends that they don't take alcohol, but they can come out, they can go out with you people can club, they will drink normal thing there, While you drink your wine, drink your whiskey, drink spirit, anything you want. So you start judging that friend of yours that, oh, you need to drink it, so you not sabi anything, you not follow, you not join, you not get level. Now, so then they do something for this life. You just don't read meaning into everything your friends do. It's weird, man. This Stony now, wow. So as in
for her, and she's finally getting the attention that she wanted all night long, and now she's happy again. She comes off. I don't know. It was kind of like this club, by the way. It was kind of like it felt like kind of underground. Like it was very packed, very compact, lots of bodies in one small space. It's super dark and like dim and sweaty, and like we don't want to be there at all, but we're there for her. She gets her video. People are cheering for the song. They switch the song to another Afrobeat song, and everybody keeps partying. We're like, okay, let's get the hell out of here. So we show her the video as she's in the car, and she's like, this looks so amazing. Like, everybody likes the song. I'm like, yeah, it's a great song. And she's like, and I just snapped into it.
Yeah, where? The way some people are coming in with the water, Let me see. Yejide Eunice. Yejide Eunice said, first of all, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Yejide Eunice said, Stony needs to go back to school. No shortcuts. I'm not tired. Seriously, I do not know what else to say because I can't. I'm trying to just think. As somebody that was in entertainment industry, I don't remember picking on everything that every other person is doing. I don't. Seriously, I don't remember. People would just be them. People would do what they want to. Like, everybody can't be the same. Okay, so I remember in those days, when we go to the studio, as a dancer, a model, and all of that, sometimes when they do their musical videos, they need dancers and things like. Sometimes we hang out in studios where they're producing music and things like that. You just want to chill. They want you to hear their new song that's coming out. So when it's time to release their videos, they already know the people they want to work with. You get those kind of move, okay. So being in studios where you have the likes of, Burna Boy and the rest of them, Burna Boy was a big talker. So that's how you will spot him. He was not Burna Boy then that you people know now. Like, Burna Boy was still trying to, okay, I'm talking about even before the launch of his first album. The same with Duncan Mighty. Even before Duncan Mighty, from the first album, Duncan Mighty kept talking in his studio how this is going to be a hit, how he was putting in his time, the kind of things he would do to get inspiration, then enter like you could see the talent, all of this is happening back. And but you don't go judging people like, oh, okay, this one go shy, yours or go, different people, different things to put themselves in the mood for them to start spitting fire as they sing. Burna Boy started talking about how far he will go from when nobody knew who he was. How as they're preparing, everybody is writing, all upcoming artists, they're full, then they fool. This thing, Burna Boy will be telling more. So that's how you know that, oh, this one is a big talker. There were other artists too. Jay Slicky, name them, all there. But you cannot come out and say, okay, so because Burna Boy was a big talker, it was this, it was that. Oh, because Don Mighty said this is album going to be big. What if it doesn't go? Do you understand? So I find it very weird that Stony would go to an event, or when they're in the studio, you're picking up on things that you shouldn't pick up on. I'm telling you, if you've ever been in this setting, I don't know as in our own America they do, but in Nigeria, it is fun. Like when they're in the studio preparing, cooking up something. People like P Square will even show you sometimes when they're in the studio, still, like Two-Face, the rest of them, you will see that it is a different mood. Nobody goes there to go and be looking at things that they're not supposed to be looking at. So Stony having all of this explanation and all of this nonsense, the entire person, I don't understand. Now, wow, seriously. I'll be putting the comments on screen.
And I just want to say thank you, Stony, for saying what and for stepping me into it. Like, you're so right. Like, I'm sorry that or no, she never said sorry, actually. I don't know why I'm putting I'm sorry in her mouth. She never once apologized to me about any of this shit. But anyway, she just essentially was expressing gratitude, though, in that moment, and was like, I've never had real friends before. Like, everybody leaves me, and, you know, my haters end up ruining every relationship I ever have, and it's all other people. Everybody gets jealous of me, and it gets ruined. But, like, you guys really have my back, and I just, you know, like, thank you for taking the videos for me and for telling me to go out and for coming with me to the club. And we're like, of course. So finally, she's in a good mood.
You are so right. You said she lied. She said KORRA had to, exactly. KORRA just hit 12 million not too long ago. So when this thing is happening, roughly KORRA will be around 10 or 11 million when they started having their issues, because it's been some months back, and KORRA hit 12 million not long ago. When people lie, when you when you lie, you will not know when you start telling the truth. You will start saying things that people will use to know that you're lying. So it's true. There's no way they went to that party then and KORRA was screaming, I have 12 million, except they went to that party recently, and we know that it didn't happen just now.
I'm just, but you know, we dropped her off, whatever. I think we dropped her off at her car, and then she drove home. I think that's what it was. Or did we drive her home? I can't remember. But Don's driving, and you know,
how would you drive her home if she drove with her car?
And he decides to play her music. He like pulls up her old songs, and we're just like, look, this seems to be what she needs right now. She needs to feel like she's the center of attention and that people love her. So let's just give her what she wants so she can be happy. Like, put our egos aside.
Absolutely.
I know it's not fair, but you know, if we care about this girl, like, let's make her feel good about herself. So we're singing. I'm singing her songs. I'm jamming. I'm like, this is a great one. This is a great one. Like, trying to express to this person that, like, I'm who I say I am. Like, if I say that I'm supporting you, I'm supporting you. But in the same breath, if you do me dirty and take advantage of that, then I have no problems not supporting you at all. I have no problems being honest about you, because I'm giving you chance after chance after chance.
Yes, Madam
to prove that all these things that you're saying are coming from your haters are not true. And yet, here we are. But I guess we're just another one of the jealous people that let the haters get to them. So I'm gonna end here because I'm tired of talking. I'm sorry if I rambled too much or if I spoke in circles. I'm, again, not used to this, and I'm also like thinking back on it makes me like more. Clearly you can see I'm getting a little riled up, and I don't mean to throw jabs. I don't mean to, but you know, when you give your all to a person and when you try your best to like make yourself smaller so that they can feel larger than life, it just like, it really hurts when that person just flips the script and tries to act like this whole time things were the other way around, because I've been defending you for so long. So, and then putting up with this shit behind the scenes for so long and seeing you be these different personalities, like camera's on and you're loving, the camera's off and now you're selfish and you don't seem to have like the capacity to be an actual friend to anybody. And it's sad because I think that in a lot of ways, in some of the moments where things were great, we were truly bringing out a softer side of her. At least it seemed that way. It seemed like we were having a positive impact on her, and it seemed like we could really make this work and really win together. But you can't change people. And if someone comes into a relationship and they don't have good intentions for you, that relationship's not going to work out, period. No matter how hard you try to prove and to convince them that you are who you say you are, that you actually care. If that person never saw you as an equal, you're not going to change their mind about you. Like, and then just see that behavior like in other environments, to see how she talks about people. Also, by the way, the karaoke thing where she was looking jealous in the background with the person that came up to me, I also addressed this in person with KORRA. And I was like, hey, what was that about? And she was like, oh, it's not about you. Like, I'm glad that people are coming up to you. Like, this is great. I just hate when fans come up to me in person and it makes me uncomfortable. Like, if you're not paying me, I don't want to talk to you. And I'm like, yeah, I don't feel that way. Like, I know that I'm not at a stage in my life where maybe it's overwhelming or maybe people are crossing my boundaries. But if people are supporting me, like, I would love to meet them in person. Like, I would love to, like, express my gratitude. And she's like, yeah, I get it, but you're just new to this. Like, if people aren't paying me, I don't need to meet them in person. Like, it just really makes me feel uncomfortable. It's weird when people come up to me in real life. And I'm like, but you want to be an artist. Like, you know that's going to happen more often if you expand your reach. And then if you treat people like shit when they come up to you, then... And she's like, no, I don't treat people like shit. I just internally hate it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she goes, but yeah, that wasn't about you. Like, that had nothing to do with you. I was just glad that it wasn't me that somebody was coming up to. And I'm like, all right. You're not convincing me, but I'll let it go. Yeah, I'm going to end here. Because, like I said, I'm tired and I keep talking. There's a lot more that happened, and we're going to start to talk about going out and how she would try to convince me to do things that might tarnish my reputation, which I now believe was a setup from the beginning. Like, she wanted dirt on me in case we fell out, because it seems that this happens with every person she brings into her life. So...
Really?
Now, like, that's how I see it, opinion-wise. At the time, I didn't.
And where are the videos where she's dragging the people?
Where I definitely think she was trying to get, like, dirt on me or get me to, like, you know.
I feel
it's
like
something that you guys are doing right now. Like, y'all are trying your best to find dirt on me and can't find nothing, and now you making shit up. And, like I'll do a trend, and y'all are like, look, Stony's such a slut. Ah! I'm like, this is so pathetic. This is so sad, but keep trying, y'all. I'm not perfect. You'll find something eventually, right? Like, I'm not a perfect human, but yeah, be careful out there, y'all. Stay safe and trust your instincts. If you feel some type of way about someone from the beginning, don't give them too many chances to keep proving that your instinct was correct about them, because it could eventually lead to a fallout like this one. And now you have a cult of people trying to tell you that you're ugly and tell you that you don't belong.
You're the one just dragging yourself, fighting with yourself.
So
the person in question has never responded to you.
These influencers are not who they say they are. Part 3 coming soon. Bye.
The fact that she's even doing part 1, part 2, part 3, part 1, part 2, part 3 of saying nothing just goes to tell you that she really came in prepared. In case anything goes south, she would use this person that has hit 12 million following to trend. So she can get at least her first million. Because Justin, he got his million now, right? He has hit 1 million with the hate and everything that he was distributing out there. I don't understand how. Hold on. Okay. 28. Okay, sorry, I just received an email. I'm trying to see what that is about. Okay, so the fact that Stony is just doing so much, and look at what they call this other one's name. She had to even write things down to come and talk about KORRA. And then the way she's explaining it, one would think that there is this fight going on between the two of them. KORRA has not done one video responding to the two of them. The only video she did was the live stream where she said, oh, that she's, you know, this is what happened about the music and all of that. And that's a long time ago, before they started dropping their nonsense receipt and anything. So what is the thing there now? And Dawn too was live. Let me see. What is the thing Dawn is going to say now? Dawn went live after Stony.
How are we?
Let's see.
Another exciting episode.
Let's see if there's anything Dawn has to say.
Truth is a hard pill to swallow for some people. You know what I mean? But for some of us, Truth is welcome. I heard that there are some people who are very angry going live and saying things about Stony. You know, I think people don't realize that laws apply to them. And first one, Elizabeth Hay. Welcome. This is going to go live real quick. Like, regardless of what country you're in, laws still apply. And America has a lot of reach globally. So
he's making so much noise, like he has no common sense.
That he has to
remove his phone from where he is running water.
It makes me feel good. I'm really just kind of not even doing a recap, just more of like a kind of a gratitude live.
This is the nonsense mindset that will land you people in trouble. America has a lot of reach. No worry yourself. Your eye will clear.
Gratitude live.
Red.
I'm gonna make coffee. I'm gonna be hot, so I start sweating. Good night, Violet. Shannon, hello. Yeah, there's there's a lot of people who are very upset. And
there is nothing for anybody to be upset about. Both of you are clowns.
Rightfully so, I'd be lying. They're not rightfully upset. Hey, Lynn. Yeah, that's not true. There's a lot of people who are defending this person blindly. Hey, Amanda,
says the one that is defending Justin blindly.
Yeah, exactly, Elizabeth. I know, I know, and let me tell you that Jan, that sometimes the trash takes itself out. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta give it a little time to get nice and funky. You know, this mob wasn't built in a day, and it won't take a day to unravel it. However, those of you who are in the know, hey Nikki, how are you? Those of you who are in the know and realize that the unraveling has begun. So, but if any of you have ever played with the ball of yarn,
this one is just running his mouth.
So
this Don is just running his mouth.
This is not the easiest to unravel. So let it play out. We love authentic Stony. Yes, we do. And we are going to protect her in all the ways that we can. But these people like to play psychological games because they hope that it will break you. And they see that it's not breaking Stony. And so they're trying to double down by talking about Stony's father's successful businesses. That's interesting. That's an interesting way of trying to attack someone. I mean,
Stony brought in her father into the conversation. Now it's other people's fault.
Or sell. So, hi Patricia. So that happens. But I mean, I appreciate them for giving the spotlight on the fact that Papa Stony has been a businessman ever since he left the police force. That's great. Thank you for doing that. It's not my business to tell all of his businesses, but I would like to express that I am rather proud of him for all of the good business that he's done, and that he is currently undertaking new ventures that are also going to do well. And primarily the brand of Dove that he did, which I think at one point was a direct competitor of Fubu, was amazing. So yeah, I'm very proud of Papa Stony. And maybe we will revive the Dove brand Also, I heard someone interesting, who I'm not going to give any credit to, say that why haven't I taken Stony to Live Nation? I took Stony to Live Nation before we met KORRA, and I took Stony to Live Nation after we stopped talking to KORRA. As a matter of fact, we started our year off by going to Live Nation. I just don't broadcast everything because I don't have to.
Anyway, this Don is just boring, like their master and everything else. He is here talking about how people are now talking about Stony's father. What did I say when Stony made that comment of bringing in her brother having a fight with KORRA, bringing in her father? KORRA was bending over in a kind of seductive move to rubbing on Dawn when she was not in the studio. Then when her father came, KORRA was also bending over for the father. Hey, what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? You came here to tell us about how KORRA stole your music. You brought your father out, and now people are digging up whatever on your father. You want to blame somebody else. People will fight the way they want to fight. Though. I say it said, Stony can draw a crowd like KORRA, and Don knows it. That Don is a very, very wicked person. Very cunning. When you look at him, the way he behaves, he's very cunning. I'm telling you, very cunning human being. Then she sounded like Justin. Yeah, girl, you only knew each other less than 5 minutes ago. Stony, just shut up. Man, it is going down. Give a few hours. She will come back crying. You people will see it. She will come back crying. She will wish she had not mentioned her brother or her or her father and how KORRA was bending down. Now KORRA wanted to take it. That means it's the whole family. KORRA wanted to take she and Don together for a threesome. Now KORRA wants to rub on Don when she's not in the studio and rub on Stony's father too. Did she also rub on Stony's brother? Ha! Now wow! Now what? KORRA the Undertaker. Well, if you're just coming in, you have to watch from the beginning. It's 2 hours, 30 minutes. We're here. Stony will do another part. She if you listened from the beginning and the last part, you heard her saying, "See you next time." She's going to rest. It's a very stressful job to come out and lie, cook up stories that are not true. Very stressful. So you need a lot of rest. Take your vitamins, eat food, energy drink, so you can replenish and prepare yourself for the next meeting when JD will coach you on the next line. So we will wait. Let me plug in this device. 2 hours it's been running. Now the battery is going down. Let me change my position so I can plug it in. Oh my goodness. I said that Don is trying to grow his production company. What does he even know about production? He should have just stayed in church playing piano or whatever instrument he was playing. He should have just concentrated on that and left everything else. Instead, he wants to, pretend that he knows everything. How far they go? Stony, he never managed Stony finish. He never begin to shout Rock Nation and the Poto Nation. I go clear when the time reach. Never see anything. Oh, good. Okay, so I plug this in. All right. And Turka said, "You take us, you're lying now." Who is this rat big say they be? In this ain't no feel we go lie to, but you know say people will get sense pass on this street. People don't this street now they enter street. He won't lie. He go on event. He said then they hyper. It say it don't arrive. I no fish out. Well, I know they finish. I said a lot of what she said came from came from JD and his They're talking about the children, the feminine energy stuff that are all over like seriously. Just talking about things that are not necessary. How low does she even have to go, bringing in her father, and how KORRA was bending over for her father? Whose house? She didn't even mention. Was it on Stony? Did the father come to Stony's KORRA's house, or this was on this? All this bending over was happening in Dawn's house. After she finished rubbing on Dawn, she went to go and bend over for this thing, Stony's father. This just follows that story where Justin was saying, oh, KORRA is always hypersexual. She's always flirting. So I guess he's coaching her to say all these things. So it matches with what he's been saying. But Justin, you be liar, you will always be liar forever. They say the devil is a liar and the devil will continue to be a liar. That's it. Nothing. There is nothing this man will say that is the truth. Let him continue to recruit. Now, Zacchaeus woke up too. She has started. She was in the comment section as Stony was doing video. She was laughing. Oh, 12 million this. She has 1 million, 1.5 million on Facebook. She cannot even boast of 10 people watching her when she's live streaming. How do you have 1 million people following you? You cannot even boast of 100 people watching you anytime you go live. And then she's there laughing, enjoying the story that Stony is telling. Is she not the same person that came out and was insulting KORRA and Justin, saying that both of them, they are bad people? But now that they found new people to drag KORRA, all these people that fought amongst themselves, they are teaming up all together again. It still will not work. That's just the thing. It won't work. It's not gonna work. So let them continue. Let them continue in that their country. Then let's see how far it's gonna go. So far, this is what we know about what's going on. I might be able to come back later. If not, maybe let's see in the evening. I don't know. There are several other stories that we need to also cover about. Since I started reporting on this, I don't want to miss anyone. So those that are following here will be able to follow. Okay. That being said, I want to say thank you also very much. God bless you all. Thank you for coming. Tinuka, thank you. I say it. Yedide Eunice. I don't want to miss anybody that was here. Thank you, everyone. Choice TV. I say thank you to you all and all the silent watchers. Right now, I have 8 persons still here with me. So I say thank you to everyone, those that breathed in and breathed out, everyone. If you've ever stopped by my channel, I say thank you. God bless you. I'm grateful. God bless you. And may your day be fruitful. And may God guide and protect you and your loved ones. So I will see you people later. When you don't read, as it stands right now, this is going to bring a lot of kind of worms. So let us see. Let's see where this is going. Don will continue to plot. You see the way that few minutes that we listen to that his stuff. I don't know. Maybe later on, if I can, then I'll maybe play it fully on Trends. We can listen to that. So if you're here and you're not following us on Trends, the name you see right on the screen is our other channel where we cover gist and things like that, movie reviews and stuff like that. So I also talk about this KORRA and JD situation over there, and I don't want to pack in everything. I just focus on some of the gist here, and then the other ones happening, updates and things like that, I drop it over here. So if you subscribe to this channel, you get to. So we will see. But with what we notice about Don is trying to act like he's this very smart guy that is going to bring KORRA to book, and a lot of people will be arrested, or talking about how, oh, America has long reach, they're going to reach here, they're going to reach there, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. Share on Donald Trump and they boast about Iran. Now I don't clear. You're still there screaming. Be bragging with America has a lot of reach, and you think you can persecute anybody, anything. It will start from you and the person that you're supporting, because the one that he has done is worse than anything anybody will ever do. Okay, the worst is what JD has already done. So to see them criticizing KORRA and they will not even point out one single evil that JD has done shows the kind of person that Stony and Don are. So it a flow. And already I'm seeing things online. People are beginning to dig up things about Stony's father and all of that. So follow us on trends. There we can be a little bit messy. We will cover all the dragging and everything, that anything I see, I will drop those here. Then the full story of the series that Stony is doing will be on Entertainment Daily here. But the side talks of the plot of how they want to go to that 3 tall building and they want to reach out to all the countries where people are talking about them and see how they can persecute threats to life and all of that. I've already done one this morning. Okay, the plot and all of that, it's already on this trend. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe over there also so you can watch that live. This is actually a second live stream this morning. So I'll see you all later when we go live on trends. Okay, when we would listen to the full thing that he has to say. Let's see where the plot is going, because he said he's waiting for more things to unravel before they take action. Quick action will they wait for you. Thank you also very much. God bless you. 2 hours 39 minutes. We've been here for a long time. I'll see you all later. Bye. God bless you. See you later on trends. It's Octavia. Okay, let's do this. Bye for now.